Welcome to the live stream of the Hard Rock Show. I'm Andrew, and I've been joined so far by Jeff beside me here. We've got Bill and Dave in the screens underneath. We had Conrad before, but he seems to have been lost to time and space.
He got camera shy.
So we'll hopefully have Conrad back in here shortly. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you to you guys for jumping into the stream tonight, and to Conrad as well when he does manage to find a way to get back in here. But yes, we have Jeff, Bill, Dave, and fingers crossed Conrad will be able to make it back in as well. He's had a few internet issues over there on the other side of things. Got some audience here as well, so come in, say hi if you're watching. Don't be shy. Nicole is here saying evening all. Rowan's here as well. Usual. Hey. Got a lot to get through as always. Going to shake things up tonight too. Going to change the format a bit. So hopefully you like what we're going to do here tonight. So our main event for this evening is going to be live shit Binge and Purge from Metallica going up against Nightwish's Showtime, Storytime, an epic live album for the ages. We're going to do selecting our Led Zeppelin songs from Led Zeppelin 2 this week. Jeff has a Who Am I ready to go for the album edition side of things. Here we go. Conrad's jumping back in. There we go. There's Conrad, also known as Chewbacca on his screen there. So there we go. Speaking of the sci-fi stuff we'll talk about before we went live.
I bent my Wookiee.
I know. We have a lot to get through as always, including a new segment. Like I was saying, I'm going to change the format up a little bit tonight. So we're just going to sort of keep getting stuck into things pretty quickly as we go through here. But more comments here. Michael has joined in to say hi. Same with Jolie. Jolie's
hey
guys. So we are just going to keep moving. There are reference tracks for everything that we're talking about in the description of this one to go and check out as we go through. So please feel free to go and do that, be it now or later on, whatever you want to do. If you're tuning in later on, not with us live, then thank you for your time and joining us as well.
Thank you.
There's links for us, all the usual stuff in the description box. So get around it, and if you be so kind, check out our Patreon page too. Any help you can give us there is greatly appreciated. More on that as we go through things, of course. We are going to keep sort of flying along tonight. So we're going to start off with songs of the week while we go through things here. So it's funnily enough that I'm going to be the one that starts this, which is kind of cool. Terry's here saying hi all. Good to see you as well. So yeah, say hi, folks. Jump in the comments, give us your thoughts, and check out the music as we go through here. So in the comments and in the description box, there is, except with Frankenstein, there is... I did do something. Okay, cool. Sorry, a bit noisy there. Trying to work that out. All right. So the first song of the week for this. Okay, no, Conrad's dropped out again. This is going to be this
will be fun. Musical Conrad. Now you see him. Now you don't.
This is going to be musical chairs. Anyway, in the description box, in the comments, you've got except with Frankenstein. This single is taken from the German-American band's 17th studio album, 17 albums. Humanoid. It was released April 26, 2024. This was nominated, speaking of Jolie being here, this was nominated by Jolie this week, and it did well enough to go to 5th place in our Hot Box playlist, which you can find on our Spotify playlist. So well done to that one, Jolie. And it was randomly assigned to me this week. So my thoughts on this one are, for those that may have snoozed on this band's more recent output, I know a lot of people like the Udo era stuff from way back in the day and all that kind of stuff. But for those that have sort of, let the newer stuff go by, while we get Conrad back in here, I think you're missing out because their newer albums have been pretty bloody good, especially one a couple of years ago. First off, this one in particular sounds great. Andy Sneap is a modern-day master in the studio. I think he's fast becoming one of the go-to producers for the metal world, and rightly so. Everything he does just sounds great. This song in particular has a killer riff, all the attack you want in the vocals as well, but more than enough musical sensibility to go with it. And the hook in the chorus is fantastic. And seriously, while the tale of Frankenstein is timeless, the way it's presented lyrically in this particular version of the song makes it pertinent to a lot of people today. I think there's something in this song for everyone that can sort of relate to. It's one of those ones that like the story itself is timeless, but this song in the way it's delivered is going to be another timeless one down the line. It's a metal band. It's an iconic metal band in a lot of respects. So, expect great lead work, which you're going to get that one here. But the song itself builds really nicely as it goes through. The first little solo is a nice little warm up here, but the main one kicks some serious ass on this one later on. Nice flash, but also nice space in there too. Performances, writing are fantastic. It's the video itself was an interesting little thing where it was sort of this weird AI morphing style lyric video. It strangely fit the vibe of the song nicely. I didn't expect, when I saw the preview of the video, I was like, I'm not sure how that's going to go with the song, but it works really well. genuinely, this has everything you want from an old school metal band. It still packs a punch, more than enough, and the grit in it is cool. And if you like it old school metal wise, then you can't go wrong with this. I think it's got grunt, it's got melodies, it's got everything you want. Great lead work, all the rest. It's definitely want to check out, as is the whole album for that matter as well. So we are going to change things up today, and we I don't know if Conrad's going to go over this, but we'll see what happens. We're going to give it. We normally go thumbs up, thumbs down, all that kind of stuff. We're going to change it up, and we're going to give it a shots score. So how many shots are you giving this from 1 to 10? I'm going to give this one an 8. So it's going to get me legless, this shot. I'm going to give it
I can't remember the categories.
Score bell, and I'll tell you what it is. All right, so let's do the rounds. Jeff, what did you think of this one? How many shots are you giving Accept?
Look, I'm gonna give this 7. I think it's very good. So yeah, I think I'm legless as well.
You're legless as well. It did grow on me the more I spun it, so it was a sign to me. So I have to give it a few spins. Yeah. Dave, where are you at?
Yeah, I'll go with the 7. I reckon 7. I should be legless as well. It's a good start for the night.
Nice. Hey, Conrad, pick a shot, my brother.
7 for me. 7 shots for me. Yeah.
Nice
7 shots.
Cool.
Right. So
Mel,
legless.
Yeah, 7.
Nice. We're all legless. Yep. We're all legless. For Accept.
Trying.
Which is nice. All right. This is interesting though. Just quickly go back to the comments here. Nicole says very mellow for Accept. I think I get it, but I like the album. Vinny's gone, hey, gang, hope you've had a great week. Who's the poor sucker that is Conrad the Guillotine reviewing their nomination this week? Well, we'll get to that.
Conrad the Guillotine.
Conrad. Yes, that's a name. David's here saying, g'day, all good to see you. Jolly's gone, yay. Man family here as well, g'day, all good to see you. Basher, good to see you too. Hi, all Nightwish and Zeppelin tonight. Yes, we are getting to that.
Zeppelin.
Nicole gives us one a 6, so she's got double vision. Double vision.
Double vision. All right, I'm writing.
8 shots. It is a banger, yeah.
Vinny gives it 8, so it's a banger. Jolie's laughing. Michael says, loved the song, but the video, while interesting, initially got the same repetitive. Okay, I get what you meant. I just thought it was still.
I didn't watch the video. I didn't. Is it good?
And unknown user over on Twitch. Good to see you. He's going, hello there.
Nice hello, unknown.
Hello there.
Jumping in and saying hi. All righty. Going to move along. You get an idea for how we're sort of moving through the show as we go through things now. So Jeff is up next with the number 4 for this week. So I'm going to do a quick little preamble and I'm going to throw to Jeff. Jolie's gone self-score 7. So there we go. There's Jolie's self-score. Well. He's legless with the rest of us. Alrighty, next up is Black Country Communion with a song called Enlighten. There's a link in the comments and the description box. Go and check it out. This is taken from the English-American supergroup's upcoming 5th album, V, or 5, set for release on June 14th, 2024. The lineup consists of Glenn Hughes, Joe Bonamassa, Jason Bonham, and Derek Sherinian, and this week it made it to 4th place after being nominated by Rowan, who is in the comments here tonight, so good to see you as well. And Jeff, this was your assignment this week, so how did you go?
Well, it's no surprise that I'm a huge Black Country Communion fan. I have been from day one. Joe Bonamassa, love him. I actually wear sometimes. I have a Joe Bonamassa shirt. You maybe don't realize it's a guitar going down the side. It's Joe Bonamassa's. And obviously, Glenn Hughes. Need to say more? My gosh, the guy's he's a living legend.
Yeah. Jason
Bonham. I mean, fuck. Wow. Derek Sherinian. I mean, it literally is a supergroup of all legends. So, of this song, I thought it was good. It did kind of reminded me, they're not, at least this song, it's not, treading new ground. It's a very familiar, safe sound that they've got. But they're one of those bands that when you hear them, Glenn Hughes has got those recognizable vocals. You just go bang and you know it's them.
Yeah.
And so, I really like this. I thought it was fantastic. It's just it's well produced, but everything they've done has been well produced. I cannot wait for the new album to come out. And I was trying to think, because didn't we review a song from this album?
Pretty sure we
did the last one.
I think it was me.
You,
yeah. Well, I've just been lucky with this. This is awesome.
Yeah,
you're already legless, dude. Do you not remember what you did last week?
I'm already. Yeah,
none of us we had that chat before.
Yeah, that's very true. None of us can't remember shit. So, and it's just way too much alcohol, I think. Yeah. Even if it's imaginary in my part. I really like this song. I think it's good. I can't wait for the album. So I'm giving this. I'm going to give this 8.
Nice.
Yeah, 8 shots for me. I'm legless again.
Jeff Legless.
I'm gonna be fucking crawling around.
Alrighty. Dave, how about you?
Yeah, much like Jeff, I'm a massive fan of this band. I love the song. So 8 shots for Black Country Communion. Had to do it.
Oh my
That was
god.
nice. That was nice. Phonetically
Start.
correct. Yes,
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
the phonetics. It's all that.
All right.
Yeah.
Bill, you get to follow it up. So which way are you going with this one?
I'll give it a 4.
Oh, double vision. Barely double vision. Okay.
Barely.
Response.
Yeah.
Didn't
Only
like
because
it?
I don't remember what 1 to 3 is.
Tipsy.
Tipsy. Yeah.
It's over tipsy.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It's just
That's all right.
not for me.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
That's good.
that's fine.
Conrad,
Nothing wrong with
where
that.
are you landing on this one?
This gets about 7 for me. Okay, with a
Okay,
7.
cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Hasn't smashed it
Legless
out the
again.
ballpark, but it's not terrible. It's
Mm.
all right. It's half decent, yeah.
Mm. I'm going to
Yeah,
go
7.
7.5 on this one. So I know, it's a bit probably niche, but yeah, 7.5 for this. Still legless. I love the hook in the chorus in particular, and the emotive sound of it. I mentioned Andy Sneap before. I think Kevin Shirley's another great producer.
Yes,
He's still
yeah.
And Glenn Hughes is aging like wine. To be honest, fuck, he still sounds good. But yeah, so
I
that's
know.
7.5. So I'm
He
still
even
legless as well.
He's got this super long hair.
I know, right? It's fucking wild.
Like the 70s when he was in Deep Purple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing all sorts of great, interesting things. So yeah, it's interesting. Let's see what the audience have to say. Onion User says, "You all seem cool. Got to go because it's getting late. Bye bye. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in."
Well, we can't be that cool if you're leaving.
Yeah.
You get somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael says,
You've got cool people to hang out with.
Give Black Country Communion a 7 for Michael. So good for the see you there on that one. Vinny's gone great nomination, Rowan. Another 8 shots. He's gone shits. Corrected to shots.
Twitch their own.
Yeah, I know. Well, take your pick. Nicole says 4, but Glenn's voice is fantastic.
Yeah,
and
I'll agree with
Joel
that.
gives it a 6. So that's that all around. Alrighty, on to the next one. So Belle, get yourself warmed up because you're up next. This is Black Moon June, Phoenix Rising. Link in the description and the comments as you go through things. This looks to be the band's 5th single so far after forming in 2022. Based out of Sweden, their debut album Immortal is due sometime later this year. This track made number 3 this week, was nominated by Vinny. So good work, Vinny, on getting to number 3 this week. So there you go. But anyway, Belle, over to you. How'd you go?
Well, it was good. It's cool, very bluesy and funky verses. I thought it was like Living Colour and Extreme doing a collab, and then they put Mike Patton on vocals.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
I mean, but Mike Patton has so much variety in his vocal delivery, but just you know the type that I'm talking about.
There's a definite funk to the vocal. Yeah,
and even the tone. So that was the verses. That was sort of the verse side of it. Cool, groovy, funky, and then we had the chorus, which was a great chorus and a great melody and a great lift. But I felt like it belonged to another song.
Okay.
Was just for me so jarringly different. Like a lot of bands do shifts from a verse to chorus, like my song last week, for instance, from Shadow Queen. Like that was a real shift, but it was cohesive. Whereas this, it didn't matter how many times I listened to it. Like I liked the verses and I liked the chorus, but I just don't think they belonged in the same song together. It was like, I don't know, like it was good. It was good. It wasn't an awesome song, but it was good. But I felt like of all the songs to be called Frankenstein this week, this was the one.
Oh, okay.
Monster, I get it.
Nice.
It was, I don't know. I'll give it a double vision 6.
Okay.
Sorry, Vinny.
That's pretty fair.
Don't chop my thumbs off.
Yeah, Vinny is known to
I know. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, we have Conrad back, so it's not all bad. So we'll see what happens. All right, so 6 from
I
Bell.
haven't had a knock on the
Conrad,
door yet.
no, not yet. Conrad, how'd you go with this
Haven't had a
one?
knock on the door yet. So,
Yeah.
what track was this again, please?
This
What
was
was the
Black
song?
Moon June, Phoenix Rising.
Black Moon, Phoenix Rising. Oh, hang on. Let me go to my.
Oh, boy.
Hang on.
Sorry,
I did listen to
it
them
wasn't
all.
a very descriptive
I
review.
did listen to all of them.
Swedish
Yep.
band.
I have listened to all of these tracks, and I listened to them a couple of times today. So
Cool.
already, I'm just pulling it up in front of me so I can
Yeah, just to
see,
refresh, which is good. Yeah.
like, just to refresh through that one. Yeah, that was okay. It was all right. It didn't smash it out the ballpark, but it was solid
Yeah.
enough. I'll give this a 5.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's enough to get double vision as well.
Let's get to
So
that.
there we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this
Yeah.
one. Yeah, cool. No, I loved the feel, the groove, the swing. I enjoyed this one. It oozed cool, and I found it very hard to not move along to this one. So I'm going to give this one an 8.5.
Oh,
I enjoyed this one a lot.
Wow.
So legless for me. I'm legless on this one. Jeff, how about you?
Well,
Wow.
that half that you did now and then half to before, that's another full shot. So, wow. Yeah. You're a shot ahead of us.
I'm having a good night. I think
Yeah,
I squeezed in
you are.
somewhere.
Someone's keeping score. Fuck.
Yeah, I like this song as well. I thought when Belle said something that it kind of like it reminded her of like another song. For me, it wasn't that it shifted gears. It was like there was something familiar about it. Like I had heard it before, even though I know I haven't. It kind of reminded me of something, and I don't know what it is, but it was enjoyable enough. But I'm probably gonna give it a 6. It wasn't like knock out of the park, but it's enough to get me hammered. Yeah.
All right.
Double
Cool.
vision.
Dave?
Cool. You know what? I was waiting for someone to do 666, and between Bell, Jeff, and myself, it's 666. Had to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was planning on doing 6 anyway.
Best round.
Well done. Well done.
I'm not big in the funk shit at all. I struggle with that whole fucking thing. It just doesn't appeal to me. But this was pretty cool. It was something fresh and different because we don't usually do a song like this. So it was kind of refreshing in that sense. But overall, it's just like, yeah, it's good. Those comments, it didn't knock out of the ballpark for me strictly because of my taste and I don't like the funk shit. So 6.
Get the
Well,
funk
listen
out.
to the chorus. That wasn't funk at all. It was completely different to the funk.
It's the things around that was just kind of, cool,
but if you're getting pulled in and out, you're not going to lose yourself in the song like you want to. So I get it. I get it. Well, Joel gave it an 8.5, which is cool. Michael says this is a ripper. 8 shots. Awesome pick, Vinny. So there we go. But Nicole has gone 4 shots. Reminds me of something else, which is
there you go.
Tonight. Vinny says Bell, I have a specific set of skills. Here we go. He's pulling up movie quotes.
Okay.
Jolie's got a thumbs up. Vinny's gone on you, Andrew. A Rolex in the mail for you. So there we go. I'm getting the love. And Jolie's having a chuckle at that. All right. Next song up is Dave's assignment this week, which is going to be interesting to see how this one goes, because this is in the comments and the description box, as always. This is a song called It Is What It Is from a band called Sonic Universe. It's the 3rd single from the debut album of the same name that was released on May the 10th. This band features Corey Glover from Living Colour and Mike Orlando from Adrenaline Mob. So this appears to be a little bit of a purple patch for supergroups this week. Nominated by Michael C. This one made it to number 2 this week. So well done all round on that one for our Hot Rocks chart. And Dave, it was your assignment. So how did you go with this one?
Yeah, this is interesting. As you mentioned, singer from Living Colour might surprise some people, but I actually do like a lot of what that band has released over the years. They are a cool band, even with the rapping. It's not so much the rapping style that annoys me, it's the music behind it and the whole gangster rap, bitches and hoes and all that crap. But this Living Colour has some substance and cool tunes. And the guitars from Adrenaline Mob, another band that's awesome with Russell from Symphony X.
Yes.
Which is a fucking great band. So bringing those two artists together in this is very interesting and very unique sound, and you can hear parts of both of those bands within this. And they're combining rock, metal, and funk, and I actually like the whole funky shit in this. This is cool. They're doing something unique with what they've blended all together. Musically, it's very, very busy. There was a lot going on. the guitar solo was interesting. It has elements of shred, then it has elements of that Tom Morello effects-driven guitar wankery. People say that the whole shredding is wankery. I think using way too many effects is wankery because I prefer actual notes to get your expression across rather than just fucking expecting your fucking effect box to do whatever you want to do. But this had a bit of both, which was confusing. I kind of liked it and I kind of hated it.
Did you feel dirty? Did you feel dirty?
I feel dirty. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Lisa was doing experiments on Bart and he wanted the cupcake, but he knew if he touched it, he'd get electrocuted. He just ends up in a fucking ball. It's like that. Like, this is kind of cool, but it's hurting. I don't want it. But the build up and energy and everything at the end was fantastic. And you got this part shred and then part wanker. This was cool. I will listen to more of their stuff. As long as it doesn't get too political. I read up their Spotify bio and it says they got a lot of political themes. I'm not big on politics and music. I agree with what Alice Cooper said when his parents were talking about politics. He'd go and listen to the Rolling Stones. You can have an opinion and touch on that a little bit, but a lot of bands who do this shit get way too preachy. Fuck that. I have no interest. But this song wasn't preachy, so overall it was pretty cool. I will give it 7 shots. All right.
Cool. That's 7. So Dave is officially legless on that one. Belle, how about you?
Yeah, I was surprised to see this because I've taken to every weekend. I'll check out all the new albums that are coming out, and this album, the album that this is on, came out on Friday, and I listened to the first song off it, and I liked it better actually. So when you put this up, I thought, oh, cool. And I was going to actually mention that this band had an album out because I noticed that Corey, the Living Colour singer, I'm blanking on it. Yeah, I thought, because I know you like him. Anyway, the band.
Yeah, well, hence the t-shirt
today. So I figured that you probably like this. I Am is actually a much better song than this one.
Okay.
In my opinion. So I'm going to check the album out actually, just based on that song. Anyway, I'm going to give it 7 shots. So I quite liked it. I thought it was still pretty good. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Conrad, over to you. How'd you go with this one?
I like this. I thought this was interesting. A bit like Dave said, it was interesting. It was unique. Funnily enough, I didn't know it was Corey Glover, and when it came on, I went, "It sounds like the singer from this. Sounds like Corey Glover from Living Colour."
Yes, funny that.
I thought it's somebody trying to sound like Corey Glover from Living Colour, and I thought, no, it was good, solid, decent. It had some interesting stuff going on in there. So I'd like to see these if they tour London. I'll definitely be jumping on these guys straight away and go see them, go catch them. For sure.
Get arrested for that shit, dude.
So looking out for them. I'll look out for them definitely.
Yeah,
I like this. This gets an 8 from me.
Nice.
8 shots.
Wow, high praise.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna take Conrad's 8 and raise it another one. I'm going 9 on this one. I loved it to bits. I love Corey Glover, so it's a given for me. But I think that him in this setting with like Vernon Reid is a more sort of soulful, like he can flash like no one else, but he's got a lot more sort of soul and funk to his style. Teaming up with the Adrenaline Mob guitarist, Mike Orlando in this one is more sort of attacking kind of a thing. So it makes it an interesting sort of dynamic in this one. So I love the
certainly
energy.
More of a metal thing.
Yeah,
it's definitely more of a metal thing.
Yeah, I like how it's a bit more direct, and the chorus is great. I love the energy. I think I want to go and check out the rest of the album, like Belle said as well. So yeah, 9 for me. I'm legless on the back of this one. Jeff, how about you?
Look,
I'll definitely check.
Let me just say that when Conrad, I did the exact same thing. I was listening to this and I'm going,
oh wow.
I'm thinking to myself, has anybody told this cunt that he sounds just like Corey Glover? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, dude, get a fucking job. Like, this is bullshit. What?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I looked into it, I'm like, oh fuck, it is Corey Glover. Holy fuck.
Again,
so I love this song. To me, this was the best song of all the songs. So I am getting shit-faced, drunk, obliterated.
Nice.
10. This is a 10 shot.
Whoa!
Nice.
Whoa!
I love that. I'm fucked. I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm out of it.
I think
But
we need to
10
have a 10, like 10 is its own thing, like obliterated,
right.
like you say.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It
that's
is.
what we
It's
did.
shitface.
Yeah.
I'm legless.
So yeah, 1
No,
to 3 is
10,
tipsy.
10 is shitface / hammered.
That's right. Yeah.
So you can write that
Oh.
down, Bill.
So I
can
am
write
that
shit face hammered. I am fucked. But I
Shit-faced
really
hammered.
loved it. I thought it was good. And I didn't know that the full album was out. Now Belle's
Yeah.
got me excited because I'm going to go listen to it. Because I really like this song,
Yeah.
and you didn't like it as much as another song. So that gives me great hope that the album is fucking
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, those songs
The
are
other
cool.
singles are good. Yeah, I
Cool.
heard the other singles, they were good. So I'm keen to
Absolutely.
listen
So
to it.
love it, love
It
it,
is.
love it.
Nice. Let's see what the audience says.
Oh, those-
Nicole is being the hard marker tonight. Sorry, Connor, what were you going to say?
She is.
These songs. Who chooses these songs?
These are basically
Patreon.
nominated by Patreon people, and then they get voted on inside Patreon, and then the top 5 are the ones we talk about. So it's all just voted internally
Okay,
by
because
our
I really
patrons.
wanted to submit some. I submitted
can.
something to Jeff earlier on, and I'd love to submit it for everybody to hear.
Okay,
Yeah, it's fucking
cool.
great.
Well, we'll
It's
get to
cover.
that one for
It's
sure.
killer.
All right, nice.
I haven't listened yet, but I will.
Okay, noted.
I'll shut
Jeff,
up.
you'll have to no, Jeff, you'll have to remember to shoot it through to me.
I will.
Nicole says 5. Not my jam, but that bass line. Oh my god. So okay,
Yes.
Nicole has been the hard marker tonight. Michael says Dave feels dirty. Job done. So there we go.
I feel dirty all the time, dude.
Well, that's true. Vinny says it's an exciting track. 7 down the hatch for Vinny. Joel has gone 9 and a couple of stars to go with that.
Woo.
And as I've seen him live, Corey Glover is awesome live. He's phenomenal.
Yes.
Kevin's here saying greetings, everyone. He was one that got
Hey.
the Pretty Hate Machine like that last
He
week. So good to
did.
see you again.
Mhm.
Hopefully you are
Good.
keeping well. Our friend over there. I think Pennsylvania from memory. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. Nicole says, I thought so too, Conrad. I had no idea who it was. Everyone's talking about Corey Glover, which is good, actually. I like that. Michael says, self-score 9.5, which is fitting for you. Jolie's going, wow, Jeff, so it's a 10. And Nicole says, I lost a great mate yesterday, so I'm bit of a hard case today. Oh, condolences.
Sorry to
sorry,
hear
Joel.
that, Nicole.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Condolences.
Shitty.
Hopefully what we're doing here, a bit of silliness will cheer you up a bit.
Let's all
in
raise
other
a
ways.
shot for
Yeah.
your friend.
Or distract you. Certainly distract you.
Yeah. So cheers to your friend and condolences, and let's
Yes.
have some entertaining stuff here going on. Kevin's gone, that's correct. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My memory is not completely shot, which is a good thing so far. We'll see how long that lasts tonight. All right, time for the number 1 song for this week, and it is in the comments and the description box as always. This is Ablaze. Menace for the Medicine is the song. This is the latest in a run of new singles from the Melbourne band. They are leading us nicely along until we sort of get their second album a bit later this year, hopefully. We've been following these guys for a while, since basically the inception of the band. And personally, I was really, really happy to see Jenny from Riff Raiders nominate this one, and even happier when it made it to number 1 this week from my point of view. So that was very, very nicely done indeed. It's the number 1 song this week. So let's get into it. So Conrad, we assigned it to you. How did you go with this one? Menace for the Medicine by Ablaze.
This gave me Electric Mary vibes to it.
Yeah,
that's
similar,
pretty cool.
similar sort of audience. Certainly share the same audience.
Yes.
That Electric Mary would so it'd be good support maybe for Electric Mary. Yeah, definitely the same sort of crowd. Just good, straightforward hard rock. Kind of free, Bad Company kind of style to it. I liked it, but it didn't smash it out the ballpark for me. But it was solid enough. I'll give this a 6 shots. This gets 6 shots from me.
Nice.
I just felt it finished a bit abruptly. It finished in a weird place.
Okay.
Just kind of it didn't really have much of an ending to it. It just sort of bang, the song's over, and I was like, what? Hang on. Just kind of came to a very abrupt finish, and I was like, oh, okay. Didn't expect that. But yeah, other than that, no, it gets a 6 shots from me.
Cool.
Solid enough.
No, good, awesome. I'm going to give this 8.5. So I'm getting those half shots in wherever I can. It's no frills, hard rock done right with some great storytelling as well. I did really like the lyrical side of this one. Big and punchy. They've always got great groove and melody. I love the use of space on this song in particular as well. It adds extra grunt and allows the backing vocals to shine a bit in this song. Good harmony, which these guys do incredibly well too. This outfit is incredibly good at what they do. I know it's not the most original barn-burning thing out there, but Ablaze are so good at what they do now. The riff is great. The break before the solo is really cool too, and it shows off that sort of riff side nicely. But I like the groove and the swing in particular under the solo. That was a really nice touch. That solo just fits this song so nicely. Nothing over the top. Damn well done. Great performances and writing. That's all you want from this stuff. It builds to a nice crescendo for sort of the last 30 seconds, which I thought was cool. I want to know where this song... I get what Conrad's saying, because I want to know where this song will fit on an album, because it feels like it's going to be like a moment that'll build to the next song on the album really nicely for me. It just feels like it's an album track that's placed well, but it's been pulled out for a single. I want to hear where it's going to sit on the upcoming album. But anyway, 8.5 for me. So I'm legless on Ablaze. That is my stance on that one. Let's go to Jeff next. How did you go?
I liked it a lot. I'm going straight in. I'm legless as well. 8 on for me.
Nice.
I liked it. It's one of those songs that it has everything you want in a song like that. And it's got, great melody, great vocals, great guitar, great drums, great bass. Everything is just there. It's well done. It comes across well. It's recorded well, produced well. And fuck boys, good job.
Nice. All right, keeping on the rounds. Dave, how'd you go?
Yeah, I love this song. Firstly, Julia locked me out. What the fuck?
Purposely.
Gotta document that shit. Went for more beer. Fucking door was locked. Her excuse, there was a spider.
What's the door going to do about that? Anyway.
Wow.
Isn't there a movie called Along Came a Spider?
Ablaze.
Yeah, well.
Menace for the Medicine. I've heard this song so many times this week. Fucking love it. Been a big fan of this band for 10 years now. For as long as I've been doing the show.
Yeah.
Seen them live countless times. They never disappoint. It's just so many bands, and this coming from a Dream Theater fan, so many bands get fancy and overplay and everything. It's just cool to have bands that still do the basic fucking rock and roll stuff, and they do it well. Memorable hooks, fun choruses. I would love to see this live. It's been ages since I've seen them, but yeah, fucking great. So I give this 8 shots.
Nice. All right, so 1 to go. Belle, final thoughts. Last call.
Have we done an Ablaze song already this year? Because I don't know why they sound very familiar. This band.
We did. I'll have to go back through. No, I know the one we're talking. A different kind of.
Belle, if you don't know, the singer from this band plays Gene in Castroya.
What in what?
Yeah, Kiss tribute band. Well, probably the biggest Kiss tribute band in Australia. So his tone does sound like Gene's.
I didn't know.
We would have done early this year. Would have done a different kind of Nightmare. I think different kind of Nightmare.
Yeah,
different kind of Nightmare. Yeah. They just sound really, really familiar. Anyway, I thought this was great, perfectly executed, bluesy hard rock song.
Yeah,
such a beefy sound. It's hard rock, but damn, it had some beef. It'd scare off any lightweights for sure. Love the harmonies throughout. I thought they do
that well.
Stand out. Cool guitar riff, world class Aussie rock. Love it. I'll give it 8. 8 shots. Yeah.
Well, we're all going from double vision to legless pretty quick on that one. So that is that's how we do songs of the week now, folks. We get stuck in and get straight into it. Let's see what the audience has to say about the song. Jolie says, "Oh shit, hang on, we put our cat to sleep this afternoon. Oh, my condolences."
Oh my god, Jolie.
Yeah, that's
sorry to hear that, Jolie.
I'm so sorry to hear that too, guys.
That
is shit.
Shit when you have to do that. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're getting a bit of sad news here all around tonight, and following on from that, we got Nicole says "fuck M&D" and RIP Dave Blackie 4. So yeah, so condolences all around to Jolie and to Nicole in particular. Sorry, guys. I know that this is not. We're not going to harp on it for too long. We just want to pass on our condolences to both of you, and hopefully you're both doing as well as you can. And we will do our best to entertain and distract you for a couple of hours.
Hopefully, we can cheer you up.
Yeah. Back on the music side of things, Jolie says 9, so 9 shots for Jolie. Vinny says sorry if you lost Jolie, which is nice. Nicole is happy with this one. 8. I like this band. So there we go. There we go. Menace for the Menace is getting some love. Michael says, love this track. Definitely want to see them live. Think, Dave, you said Audio Rain playing with them. Awesome, Jenny. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
nice.
Workers
There
Pub.
we go. We're getting...
Who are that? King's Vengeance. We reviewed one of their songs recently too. They're opening.
Yes. When's that?
That's a fucking 3rd or 10th of June or June. Yeah, coming very soon.
Yeah. You know, I'll do something. I'll probably try to put a post about it if I can. What do we got here? Vinny says 6. It's a little bit safe for me. I think my ears are tuned to Toehider at the moment, which has been such a ride this week. That is fair point there. We'll get to that in a little second here. Jolie says, I would love to see them live as well, which is nice. Vinny says, Spider is a pet name for you, Mr. Hands. Love it. Nicely done, Vinny.
How you doing?
Jolie says, I would like that too, Dave. Hate spiders except for Halloween, so there we go. Rowan,
I love them. Hey, this is me.
No.
Trivia, that was 4 didn't smash it out of the parks ballpark and 18 leglesses out of 25. So there we go. So Rowan's keeping score behind the scenes here, which is fun. Nicely done there, Rowan. Great Aussie talent that they are. Basher says, don't understand locking the door to keep the spider out. I don't think any of us do, Basher. Jolie says, bless back legs went. Okay, I'm assuming that's to do with And Nicole says, oh, no, not the cat. That's so sad for you. It sucks. Yes, it is. No, keep partying. Okay, we're getting there. Vinny says, buy a beanie, gang, support MND research. That is very, very important to note coming up. Nicole's got an interesting one here. Like, we had the Electric Mary comparison before from Conrad, but Nicole's got the Mummy of Airborne a bit as well. So there's interesting things there. All right, Jody.
They used to do a fantastic cover of Better.
Yes, they do. They do indeed. Jolie said, we want to see Audio Rain. We're looking at the dates. And Jody Short is saying, hello, Dave. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but anyway, Jody Short.
Hello? No, I don't know you, but hello.
Now you know why she kept. Now you know why you got locked out tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say, shut the fuck up. We'll get locked out.
Ooh.
All right.
No, another one.
I'm going to keep us moving before we get into real shit.
Another one.
Yeah.
Sorry, one more coming here. What do we got? Rowan says, did they do better, or better worse? Oh, God, here we go.
Better equal?
Better equal. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. Not as better as Guns N' Roses better, though. That is the best better. No, I'm turning to Dr. fucking Zeus.
Oh, here we go. Wow.
The better is worse than users.
Vinny says, don't be so coy, Spider. So there we go. Anyway, I'm going to keep us moving on. All right. So we did start the show by launching into the songs of it because we've got a new little segment. We're not sure what to call it yet. So if you have a name for this segment, then let us know what you would suggest. Because Jeff has something like home field advantage or something like that. Or I think that was what you pointed in the little message to me. I've got hometown hero in my head for some reason. I think that might work as well. But basically, once you get through to the end of this segment, let us know what you think we should call it, because we're going to basically change things up and try and highlight an Aussie artist every single week in one way, shape, or form. So we put up a post yesterday online saying what Aussie bands you want to put a spotlight on, and that just fucking went absolutely off. There's like 200 plus comments to go through and collate, which is going to be a lot of fun. So well done, everyone, getting involved. Gone off. So thank you for that. But yeah, basically, long story short, we want to shine a brighter light on Aussie acts. That's what the main purpose of the show has been over the years. And so each week, including tonight, we're going to, give you one of those a mini, not a profile, but something to do with either a review or a plug or something else with an Aussie artist every week. And so tonight, I'm going to do something on Toehider. It's not going to be just me every week. It's going to be sort of rotated through, but I figured I know what's in my head, so I'll start us off to give us all a bit of a taste on what this is sort of going to look like in the weeks going ahead, so that everyone sort of can see what the hell is in my mind, not just me seeing what's in my mind. But anyway, in the comments and the description, there is a link to the song Space Famous from a band called Toehider. Now, Toehider are a band that we have been following very closely for a number of years now. I think going back to the What Kind of Creature Am I cycle in 2014. I've sat down with Mike and interviewed him before. He's a ripping, interesting bloke.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was cool. But In my opinion, this is one of, if not the most talented and diverse musical projects I've ever come across. I don't know of many at all doing anything like this, even closer, let alone doing it so damn well as this. Now, for our Patreon followers, you'll have seen us, Jeff and I, review the last 6 EPs from this outfit. They've been doing this thing where it's the second time around, they're doing 12 EPs in 12 months. So they're releasing one new EP every single month for 12 months. Like I said, the second time around, they've done this one. All that content we've already filmed will be coming to the public in the near future, hopefully. Anyway, we got up to 6. This particular EP is Space Famous, like I was talking about, and this is number 9 in the process. There's a couple of other ones, when I got my words out right, that are part of this process. Now, this particular EP isn't as heavy or metal oriented as other EPs have been in the series, but this has still got plenty of meat on the bone. This one's got a lot more 80s about it. Kind of leans into things like Stranger Things a bit there. It'd fit that kind of soundtrack. But no matter what you think of the music, there's no denying Mike's vocals and the combined storytelling of this outfit. I love the wordplay and the vocal performance. There's always an undeniable pulse to the music, and the guitar solos are, as always, fucking bonkers. And I mentioned wordplay before, but I love the contrast they put in with the somber lyrics under happy music. Dave's a fan of saying when you're happy, you listen to music. When you're sad, you listen to the lyrics. That's what this does so well, this whole project. In a lot of ways, this EP is probably more accessible than other ones too, I think. More easily consumed by a wider section of society. But in the whole chain of things, like everything they've done, this fits. It has its place, and it fits in perfectly. This one in particular is more rhythmic. It's very synth-driven. It's probably the most heavy in that regard that we've had, but it sounds great. And as the EP moves along, though, it shifts from being synth-heavy to being more guitar-driven. So it flows really nicely through the 4 tracks. Like it's 4 tracks, 80 minutes. It's about the average for these EPs. They're sitting on about 20 minutes normally. This was released to the public on April 20th this year, so it's only a short time ago now, about a month ago. But I love the addition of saxophone on this one. It's beginning a bit of a resurgence of saxophone, which is cool. I like to say getting a bit of a rebirth lately in general. The song Skipping Summer is one of those that tugs on the heartstrings a bit as it builds to the closing track. And I think what makes this special is how it taps into sort of the oddballs and the outcasts. If you're ever looking for a musical home and you feel out of place in the world, this could be sort of like your port in the storm. This musical project can well be one of those things for you. All right. Now, the most on-point song for us, the one I shared in the post for this, is the closing track, Space Famous. If you are doubting the metal credentials of this band listening to this EP, then this song will unfuck that for you. Loads of energy. This will be a great live track. I think the riff is great. The attack is right there. The key solo is nice in this one. But don't worry, the guitar solo is perfect to go along with it. There is an almost 12-foot Ninja-esque sort of acoustic change in that song. If you miss 12-foot Ninja, this is another band that you sort of check out. You'll get a lot more diversity, more bang for your buck. But no matter how much I say that I love or admire this project, words will never do it justice. You must listen to this for yourself. And if one song or EP doesn't do it for you, please persist, because the next song or the next EP will give you something. You are going to find something from this band no matter what your taste is. I can promise you that you will find something here. I think this is just an irrepressible beast that, will hook you eventually. It'll find a way. Like all the other EPs, I can't stop. This is like the musical equivalent of Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. So into Toehider, it's not funny. If you like anything from metal to pop and everything in between, you're going to get something out of this outfit. It's so special, so incredibly talented. I think more people need to know about this band, hence the change to the format and why I've selected to go through this week. Now, just for the record, they've just gotten off a European tour, which is cool to see them getting out and playing live. And if you're interested in checking out more of this band, you can go and see them live in Australia, because they are playing Max Watts in Melbourne on May 30, Manning Bar in Sydney on May 31, and the Zoo in Brisbane on June the 1st. And for those shows, they're playing What Kind of Creature Am I from 2014 in full. If you've never given that album a spin, you really, really should. For me, I'm giving this 10 shots out of 10. This whole fucking band is a 10 shots out of 10 for me. I'm fucking paralytic. I'm obsessed. I'm addicted. I'm done. I love this fucking band. Let's quickly do the rounds. Jeff, any thoughts you want to add to that?
I'm right there beside you, brother. We're fucking both
on the floor, man. We're fucked.
This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Just like, look, I can't say enough. And we did that review, and I sound like a fucking idiot because I'm just blah, 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 going off about how, you know, I love this. And like, I don't know. I sound like an idiot when I talk about them because it just sparks something like for me, like Space Famous. That song, like I got Guardians of the Galaxy. I was thinking like that.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know,
yeah.
and because that whole vibe of what's happening in the movies, right? Where the guy, whatever his name is, you know, he starts out and he's, you know, now he's famous in space.
Yeah.
I got that whole thing. And
that's cool.
Yeah. Look, I'm so drunk I can't talk. 10 out of 10. I'm fucking loving
it. Nice. All right, Dave, anything you want to throw in the mix there?
Yeah. You know what? I gotta be straight up. I haven't been fucked for time. I haven't had a chance to hear this yet, which I'm fucking spewing. And I was gonna fake it. I was just gonna, because I know the band. I'm very familiar with them. I've reviewed stuff before. I've heard everything up until this point. I fucking love them. I was just gonna say 10 shots, and they deserve it. I haven't had a chance to hear this. After all these years, man, I'm still a fucking fan because your review makes me want to hear it. Okay.
Nice.
In the early days when I used to watch the show before I even met you on TV, it's just like, this dude knows what the fuck he's talking about, and I want to hear these albums he's talking about. I'm part of the show, we've become friends, but fuck, you still got it, man. You still fucking got it.
Oh,
I appreciate
some
the kind
love.
words.
Is that a Toehider review or an Andrew review?
That's an Andrew review. That's a Toehider. But as Andrew said, man, whatever type of music you're into, this band can fucking do it. Mike is ridiculously talented to be able to pull out the amount of music he does and do it ridiculously to that level consistently, month after month. It's like, holy shit. And the dude's obviously a music fan. He loves everything. And he produces as well. He's like capturing all these sounds and all these different styles. And his production, I don't talk about production much, but his production matches whatever style of music he is doing. It sounds like it came from that era. So he is ridiculously talented. So without even hearing this, I'll give it 10 shots out of 10. And I'm going to listen to it tomorrow.
You'll love it.
To be fair to everyone, I did throw this in extremely last minute. I said, don't worry about having any prep for this. It's just something I wanted to sort of throw in there so we get an idea of what's going on. I knew Jeff would have a shot at this because he
I'd already listened to it.
Yeah. But I didn't know about anyone else. So don't feel bad if no one else has got anything prepped. Belle, do you have any thoughts you want to add at all?
Yeah.
On this?
Yeah, I heard it today. I listened to it today, and I really loved it. I haven't heard anything from them that I don't like, and I haven't heard everything, which I should unfuck, as you would say. But yeah, just and I love that this was really synth heavy because I've made it no secret that I love synth based stuff. So that was cool. And yeah, whenever I listen to this music, whenever I listen to music from these guys, or this guy, really I should say, is I feel like I'm listening to him in his happy place.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, he's in his happy place, doing this stuff, making all this music, putting it together, releasing it, and I just get that. I just get swept up in it, and I can't help but be happy listening to it. So, yeah, it's giving so much.
Into that. That's fucking.
That's a good
Me
way.
too. Yeah, that was my favorite track. Cool, laid back, and yeah, I will give this an absolute 10 as well. So I'm on ground with you guys.
Woohoo! We're all
Hold up each other.
Crowd keeps coming up and smashing you in the face. You know you're in a good spot.
Planning as we go.
Somehow we're still standing, even though we're so fucking far away, but we're all holding each other up. Like
all we gotta do is get through the night and sing Kumbaya later on. All right. Conrad, do you have any thoughts on? I know this is. I don't even know if you even got to see this one because I don't have the messenger access at the moment. But are you familiar with Toehider at all?
You got no idea what the fuck we're talking about, do you?
No.
No, that's all good.
Note of these guys. Not heard a single note of them, but I'll have to obviously check them out. You have to give me a good starting place, like something to start with, a good place to start with. So yeah, I'd like to. Obviously, if everybody's raving about it, then it's something I need to obviously have a look at.
Oh yeah,
so,
dude. Yeah, dude, man.
Yeah, keen to check them out by all means.
Anyway, Conrad, but you're quite fond of the 70s, so I would start with the last release that we
40-minute song that we did. What the fuck was that?
That single that I did
I have little
a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I have
Little to no
Toehider.
memory of these memories.
Oh,
Yeah,
Toehider.
Toehider. Yeah, I reckon Conrad did
Toehider.
absolutely love
Yeah.
that.
Also, the
Reckon-
Beaconsfield one. He'd love
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
I reckon
Or
honestly, also
fucking
to-
How the Ghost
Well,
Work.
any of it.
seriously,
Any of
Conrad,
them, yeah.
Any
Go
just
to-
fucking
go to
jump
Spotify.
Toehider.
go to
YouTube
Toehider
or
and just
Spotify,
keep
whatever.
checking
Doesn't
through
matter where
find
you
songs
start.
like. You'll find
You're gonna
stuff
love
there.
it.
I'll,
Yeah.
I'll have a look at
Conrad's
it.
like, stop talking at me. Everyone's fucking
You know how
Everyone's
they
like,
say,
Yeah,
This is what happens when you get four
Me.
people paralytic talking about one band.
but you know how they say that sometimes they say, okay, this album's your gateway drug, and you
Yeah.
gotta listen to this. Toehider, doesn't matter where you are. It's
Yeah.
every song,
Okay.
every EP is a gateway drug to the whole band.
yeah,
So yeah,
Toehider is a different.
How many
beast.
albums have they put out?
lots.
Ooh, a fair bit
Countless.
now. If you include EPs
Like-
and albums, they'd be close to 20 odd, just
Yeah.
about.
Heaps.
More than.
Yeah.
Actually,
Shit.
more than.
How have they been
Yeah.
around?
And they go
Like,
back to like
as Andrew
2009,
said, like
2008 or
one
something.
every
Go back.
month for a year.
Yeah.
And this is the second
Right.
time around. So they'd be over 20 releases between EPs and albums alone. Over 20.
Yeah.
Easy.
Wow.
Yeah. So they
Oh.
have been prolific.
Okay.
Yeah.
By the time this year's done,
Wow.
it'll be fucking 24 EPs just with the ones they do each
That's
month.
on that, not including
So
things
they've
like
been
The
around a
album.
while?
they've been around for a decade, I reckon, thereabouts.
Yeah.
A bit over a decade, maybe,
Okay.
in one way, shape, or form.
They're obviously very prolific.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mike
extreme
Mills is the
prolific, yeah.
mastermind of this, and he is a
He
musical
writes
mad
music in his
scientist.
sleep,
I love
dude.
it.
He's
Yeah.
overflowing with creativity.
Yeah. And
I
from Melbourne.
honestly don't think he
Right.
has enough time to just put everything that's going
Yeah.
on creative wise
I don't know how he
into
distills it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
he's a manic genius, and I love
Okay.
it.
I'll
Yeah,
have a
he's
look
from
at them
Melbourne.
then.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
great outfit. All right, what do we got here? Jolie's gone no ghosts. Going back to the comment, Rowan says, "Call this new segment Barry." Okay,
Why not?
call it with Barry.
Good
Oh,
random.
here we go. Michael's gone backyard bangers. That's not bad.
I like that.
I like
that's
that.
not bad
Yes.
at all.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
it. Let's do it.
That's a really good one.
I think that's a
Backyard.
winner. Backyard bangers. All right, I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, we need a
someone write
sausage
that
to
down
come up
for
on
me.
the screen.
Yeah, someone write that down for me, please. Rowan has gone great EP 10. Legless is out of 10. Mike's ability to replicate a very specific era and subgenre is magical. So that is very, very
Yeah.
true. Rowan's gone, got Melbourne tickets, can't wait. So there we go. Vinny says, I've listened to so much Toehider this week and I lifted like a mare's tail. Okay. Rightio, Vinny. You've been listening to Horse Song, haven't you? Anyway, Nicole says 8.
It reminds me of a joke,
There we
but I'll
go.
shut up.
Rowan says trivia. I tried to give Mike my guitar. How did that go for you? Michael says 9.5. So there we go. Jolie says I'm hooked too, but no more tails. So there we go. Vinny says Toehider would be a great way for current generations to connect with previous generations. They really are a vibe. That is a great point, Vinny. Really do.
I'm pretty sure
Jolie
Mike is
says-
left-handed. Like me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Jolie says, I'm wondering if he ever does a rock opera. Not in his own project, but he's worked with
Yes.
Ian Lucasen in Arion. So he does he's part of that project.
Yeah.
Every single release just about. Rowan says Conrad should start with I have little to no memory of these memories. That is an album that was a little while ago. What do we got
Thank you.
here? What? Okay.
Good place to
There's a
start. Yep.
dodgy link on YouTube there, which I'm not going to share. Rowan says, Andrew, I said Ted Leglesses out of 10, not Leglesses. Well, fuck, they're the same thing, aren't they? I know one's an archery elf, but I'm legless, so it doesn't matter.
Well, they cut his legs off in one shot in Lord of the Rings, if you know the fucking CGI, so he was legless.
And Jolie's gone cool. So there we go. We are enjoying this one round and round and round. Okay. All right. On to building a playlist now where we're going to go through and I've really just done myself a disservice here. So we're going to go through, like last week we did Led Zeppelin 1. We chose songs from Led Zeppelin 1. This week we're going to choose songs from Led Zeppelin 2. We rotate the draft order every single time. Just to recap, last week Conrad went first and took Communication Breakdown. Dave was second, took Babe, I'm Going to Leave You. I was in third. I took Good Times, Bad Times. Bell took Dazed and Confused at 4, and Jeff went last and took You Shook Me. Jeff will rotate through and go first this week. But just to recap the scores on this one, Interesting result, actually. Conrad blitzed it, so well done, Conrad. 50 points for Conrad to get that one. I think we all expected that one with communication breakdown, which is cool. But then coming in second was Bell with Dazed and Confused. So well done, which is a nice one there. But then it gets a bit quirky after that. Coming in third at 30 points was Dave with Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, which is funny because that would be my pick if I could have taken it.
That would go number one. Wow.
Yeah.
But then, fantastic song.
Flipping it around, Jeff, you and I couldn't be split, so we get 15 points apiece with our choices. Mine was Good Times, Bad Times, and Jeff, you shook me. So those were our choices last week, and we couldn't be split. So there we go. That is where we're at. So just to recap, currently Conrad's out in front, followed by Bell, then Dave, and Jeff and I are bringing up the rear in this regard. So now we rotate through. And we go to Led Zeppelin 2 with any thoughts we have on it, but also just picking a song from the album. So the idea of this is to sort of build a playlist out of Led Zeppelin albums, one song each from each album as we go through. And Jeff, you get to kick us off for round 2 of this one. So which song are you taking from Led Zeppelin 2?
Well, I'm not taking the most popular song. If you went by Spotify, I'm not taking the most popular song. Surprise. I'm actually just going to take my personal favorite song off this album. And I'm not going to fucking beat around the bush. I'm just going to jump right in. My personal favorite song off this album is Heartbreaker. It's always been Heartbreaker.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah. That is a damn good song.
Damn you to hell.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, it's not the most popular song, but it's my personal favorite. Yeah,
it's a
my
great
favorite
one.
too.
The riff is fucking cool. Such that walking riff is fucking great.
Yeah. I
love it to bits.
Number 1 down.
All right, so that's taken off the board. So Jeff has taken Heartbreaker. Conrad, you're in second spot this week as we rotate through. So which song are you taking from Led Zeppelin 2?
I was listening to this record today, and it's got to be a whole lot of love off the record. I mean,
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Best off the record.
That solo,
great song.
Yeah, speaking of riffs too.
Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over love. And just that middle set.
Riff,
like that middle
riff's cool. Solo
comes back in.
Yeah.
Good. I go for a whole lot of love.
Nice. All right. So far, Jeff has taken Heartbreaker. Conrad has taken Whole Lot of Love. Dave, you're on the clock next. So which way are you going on this album?
Okay. My 2 favorite songs are being picked. So I'm going to go with something that's a little bit more of a deeper cut. And it's a little of a laid back track. I'm going with Thank You. I think that's a
nice.
fantastic song.
It is.
Great. That is a good one. I did enjoy that one. It's a nice ballad on the album, which I thought was
always went well live too. If you see all live concert footage that they did, good song.
Well, this is interesting because I get to go next, and my first thought on this is it's not the best album to go so late on, but my first pick is actually available, which is kind of cool. It's a damn good solid album. I'm not sure if it's better or the same as the first album, but fuck, that's so good to have these 2 albums that have songs that are considered greatest hits for this band. And if you listen to any compilation, like these 2 albums have been fucking great so far. I felt that you could feel the band settling more into themselves. You got things like the drum solo in there as well. So you get the band being themselves and showcasing more of their individual talents. It's less, not that it was super Yardbirdsy, but you're getting more of them now distilled versus what they were doing in the past. I'm enjoying this process. It's a lot of fun so far. But for me, I'm going to go with Ramble On.
Nice.
That was my... Sorry, Belle. I know. You get to go first next week, Belle, so look at it that way. But yeah, Ramble On for me. I've got to take it. That was my first choice. I'm surprised it's still there. So I've got to take it when it is there. Belle, there are some still good choices there.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great album. It's a great album. It's amazing they put out, 9 songs in the same year as the first album.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bands used to just pump them out back then.
Yeah, they did.
They really did. I think Thin Lizzy put out an album every single year from 71 to 81 and 2 in 76.
Yep.
So they just,
that's for fucking content.
Yep. The old bands.
It's crazy.
You don't get bands doing that these days.
No.
And they toured. They toured in between them. They toured and they wrote and they recorded and just kept going on and on and on. Drugs.
Yeah.
Some bands take 5 years between an album now.
Yeah, now
it's 70s
or longer.
Yeah.
Though to be fair, an album was 40 minutes. These days with a CD, 10 years ago with a CD, it was.
Yeah, that's why I think the album.
They're still on average.
The album should
not
still
much
stick around
longer.
40 to 45 minutes. I think
Yeah.
that's been established.
In the peak of CDs, you were getting about 70 minutes of content.
Yeah, that's too much. I don't think we need to do that for an. That's when you get
No.
double album territory. Like that's when you make it a double album. You break it up and space it differently. I don't
You're
think you
putting
need that.
14 songs on a record.
Yeah.
I love long albums though. So if you don't get an album for a couple of years and you get fucking 14 songs to go for this like 80 minutes, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
It's more the thing that I like. I'm not going to complain about it.
And if the content drags or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see.
I think I'd rather more frequent, shorter albums. But
And this
No.
album,
That could be something.
I like longer albums less often.
Well, we can put a pin in this. I might actually put a post up about this one, asking the question, see what the audience say in general about it. That's a good little interesting conversation.
You like
point.
length or girth?
Here we go. All right.
Quantity over quality. All right. I am going to go with what is and what should never be.
Oh,
nice.
It was my third pick after Jeff broke my heart with choosing Heartbreaker.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's just always been my favorite.
Yeah.
They always played that live too.
That riff, that
song.
fucking riff.
No, I know.
Jesus Christ.
Unbeatable on this album.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all right. I'm happy with that song. So yeah,
Nice.
that's what I'll go with.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one sort of shakes out in the process as we go through. So, because that was like, I don't know if you got the same sort of surprise that I got when you sent me the results, but I was like, oh wow, it's going to be an interesting.
Yeah, I did actually. I thought Dave's song would actually be a lot higher. Yeah, because I think that was all of our number one.
It was all of our number one picks.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting one, but no, it's going to be very curious as to how this one goes. So yeah, very, very cool. Let's see. Rowan says, before going back to Toehider a second, Mike is left-handed, so my guitar wasn't perfect, but it was a guitar he'd always wanted, so we we're going to arrange a time, but then he got busy. He does get very busy very quickly. Sparksy's back going, Jeff, you sexy beast. So there we go. There's your friend. Guru's here too, saying greetings, rockers from across the plane. Good to see you as always, our good friend over there. Bassline and Heartbreaker is so groovy. That is very, very true. Michael says, loving the listening to this Zepp albums again, rewarding it is. Bash says his favorite song is Ramble On, so there we go. What the hell? Josh is going the meatball, always delivering the goods. There we go. Josh Clary.
What are your mates, Jeff?
Yes.
Thank you.
My nickname in high school was Meatball.
Now it makes sense. Here we go. Now we're getting into the stories. This is cool. This is fun.
Was this a Canadian viewer then?
No. He's in Western Australia. He's in Perth.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Cool. But then flip side is love the show. So there we go. There's
thanks,
one from
Josh. Love you.
The show. Thank you for that. But Spicy's going, Josh, shut the fuck up, Muppet, with love.
Thanks, Spicy.
Guess they're mates.
Yeah, give me girthy length. What about you, Josh? There we go. They're going back and forth now. Michael says, "Who rambles on?" All of us ramble on.
Yeah, we do.
Bash said, "Thought Dave would have picked a Lemon song with lyrics like "Squeeze me, baby, till the juice runs down my legs."
Yeah, I know. It's such a
Squeeze my lemon. I'm going to fall out of bed.
Like ramble on is about like Lord of the Rings. It's So go from squeezing lemons, to Lord of the Rings. They were writing about everything.
They are a different beast. They are one of the grandfathers of them all. Alrighty, time for the main event of the evening. Let's get into King of the Riff.
Hang on a minute. Are we doing the album?
You're right. I did jump ahead. I did have it here on my screen, but I just leaped ahead. So anyway, my apologies. Jeff, you did some hard work today, which I almost fucking just completely wiped out. So over to you with Who Am I, the album edition. Again, for those playing along at home, Jeff is going to have 10 clues lined up for us where we all have to try and guess the album. We get one guess each here on the show. If you're watching along in the audience, then give us your guess whenever you want to in the comments. Don't just stick to one if you want to. See how we go this week, because last week was a lot of fun. Conrad ended up guessing my one, which was Pretty Hate Machine. But I did get a fair way into the piece, but it was guessed by an audience member, like clue 2.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did. We watched the video back today.
We watched it. You got it.
Yeah, we did. Because we couldn't remember.
No one can remember, so watch the video back.
Yeah, we watched
Wasn't
it.
me. I didn't get it.
Like, none of us remembered. Not one of us remembered.
I know,
who
none of
picked
us
last
did.
week.
No. Yeah. I thought Belle got it, and then no.
And I watched it, and I still don't remember it happening.
I
don't remember much of last week either, to be honest.
Fuck. All right, but anyway, so you know what's going on here. So the idea is that we get 10 clues to try and guess the album. We'll see how we go this week. I've reset the comments here. Kevin says, "Yeah, I got it last week. You got it on like clue 2 last week.
Yeah, legend.
Well done to you. Let's see how fast anyone can get it this week. So I've got the reset done. Let's go, Jeff. Over to you. Who am I? Album edition.
Okay. Question 1. This album was recorded in late 1988 through to mid 1989 and came out in the American summer of late 1989. Ironically, it would also be the first album that the band had recorded sober. Question 2.
Vacation, Aerosmith.
Yeah. Dave's out.
Dave's out. Sorry, Dave. You jumped a little too early. You probably get this too. You're probably going to kick yourself. Question 2. It was the band's 5th album to date. And to this day, in their illustrious 40-year career, it would be the only album in their catalog that would go to number 1 in the Billboard Top 200 chart. Question 3, or clue 3. Despite their newfound sobriety, the producer, who would go on to later to become one of the most famous producers in rock, hard rock, and metal, found the band incredibly difficult to work with. And after tiring of playing chaperone and trying to keep them from literally murdering each other.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Have a go?
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood.
Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood. Ding, 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 ding.
There
we got a
go.
winner.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Good job, buddy. That's
nice.
Wow. I wouldn't have got that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
so
we know it was guessed by Conrad this time around.
Definitely. That's 2 in a row for you, pal. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just quickly, I know we're going to go to the rest of the clues here. I just want to see if there's. Oh, wow. Look at this one. And by a minute, Kevin gets it again. Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood. Kevin is like the trivia king.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well
done, Kevin. Bang. 2 in a row. And he's gone he beat everyone. Zach has gone 9 Inch Nails. That was last week, not this week. But,
wow,
yeah.
Fucking time delay. Holy shit.
But then again, it does move on because Vinny says Dr. Feelgood, Motley Crue. Johnny says Motley Crue. So we're getting a bit there. But Basher went off base and said Guns N' Roses. Not quite. Brett, I agree with Jeff. Kevin, got it in one note. Yes, you are. You are the king of this. And Rowan says, I can pull a Conrad and say I saw them live for the Feel Good Tour. So there we go. There's some stuff from Rowan.
I saw them that tour.
There you go. We are doing the rounds.
I've never seen them, unfortunately.
Wow, I've seen them a couple of times.
I've seen them twice.
I think two times. Or, no, 3 times actually.
Yeah. Saw them twice. They're better than the first time.
I've never seen it, but I'm not crying about it.
Right.
Okay. Well done to Conrad. Well done to Kevin and to others in the chat that got there too. But Jeff, we don't want to waste your work. You did put a lot of time into it today, which you did last minute. So please go through the rest of your clues for us.
Right. So Conrad got it in number 3, and so did the other guy. Or maybe he got it earlier. I don't know.
I think he got one.
So I'll read number 3 again because Conrad was like, in a little bit. So despite their newfound sobriety, the producer, who would later go on to produce and become one of the most famous producers in rock, hard rock and metal, I think we've done that.
Well done.
Band incredibly difficult to work with, and after tiring of playing chaperone and trying to keep them from literally murdering each other, he decided that it would be best if they recorded their parts separately. Okay. So clue number 4. The album produced 5 singles and would go on to become 6 times platinum in the US and go on to sell nearly 7 million copies worldwide, making it the biggest selling album of their career to date. Question 5. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith would actually sing backing vocals on one of the tracks. Number 6. Well-known and respected rock journalist Martin Popoff wrote that the album was made by a dumb band trying really hard, while others would say that it was too glitzy and flashy to be considered relevant in the music world, while yet another well-known rock journalist said it was the first time the band became well-known for music. Number 7. Number 7, the album was recorded in Little Mountain Studios, Sound Studios in Vancouver, Canada. Question 8, Lars Ulrich of Metallica was so impressed by the quality of the production of the album that he recruited the producer Bob Rock to produce their next album, which ironically would become one of the biggest selling albums of all time, the Black Album, of course.
Yeah. You know, in the year and a half of the life of Metallica, where they look at the old picture of Bob Rock and James Hill was like, Bob used to be a girl.
I know, yeah. Because he shows the album, whatever it was,
that was funny.
But yeah, absolutely. Okay, question 9. Shocking the music world in 1992 with literally daytime soap opera halting breaking news. This would be the last full album, studio album, before the original singer Vince Neil would be fired from the band. And of course, the last question, if you didn't get it by then, you're really fucking dumb. But the first single off the album, the title would be Dr. Feelgood. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, look, I literally threw this together at lunch. And
no, you did well. You did very well.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah, look, because I had another one. Honestly, I had another one all ready to go, and my computer fucking ate it. You know how the kids, my dog ate homework.
I'll get my homework.
So I'm like, I'm panicking because I know I'm on tonight. And I got to do one.
Computer ate my homework.
To my lunch hour. So anyway,
Well done, Jeff. Well done.
No, well done.
Appreciate the effort.
Yeah, good job, dude.
Kevin as well. So there we go. Nicole says, never have I ever seen them either. No great loss. So there we go on that note, just to put a fucking lay the boot in one more time there.
They are good. They were good.
They were at their peak. They were.
I've seen them probably about half a dozen times now, and the last time I saw them last year at Wembley Stadium, and they were good. They were good. I couldn't say they were shit.
Well, if they ever come back again, I'm going to go for sure. I have to say
no,
that.
You got to see Crew.
Yeah,
you got to see them.
I saw them 10 years ago with Motley Crue and Thin Lizzy before Thin Lizzy became Black Star Riders. That was a fucking great night.
Yeah,
I was there with Kiss.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. That was with Kiss. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't go to that one, but the last, not the last tour, but the one where they were doing their farewell tour, and we
one with Alice Cooper, the co-headliner.
Jodie is a massive Motley Crue fan, the biggest Crue fan that I know personally. And she had to go and say, and I've told this story before, but when they played On With The Show, that's like her favorite song from way back in the early days, and she geared up because you'd never seen them play that song live. And it was a farewell tour, and it was just one of those moments where you're watching someone who genuinely loves a band get one of those emotional highs, and it's like you can't beat that. That's what music's all about. And that was an amazing.
That's a fucking great song, too.
It is. It's in my head now.
It's a great song. And we've done the Motley Crue special over the years.
I think their first album's probably their best. Their album's fantastic.
Yeah, it's up there for sure.
There. But anyway, there's a lot of love in different times, and if the new single is interesting, I'll put it that way. I don't think it's won many over.
I know I liked it a lot, but it's getting people talking, and that's because sometimes you can put a great song out and no one cares.
Yeah, so people are talking about it.
People always talk about Motley Crue.
People are talking about it.
Some positive talk about Motley Crue for a change.
Well, and it's less about the bitching that goes on online, especially with Nikki Sixx's side of things as well. He likes to do that. Alrighty, let's see here. What do we got here? Zach says, "Well done, Jeff. Good research points." So there we go. Some more love for the work itself. These things do take time, so it is worth going through and going through all. Took
me a whole half hour. I really worked hard.
Vinny says, I think from memory, the Crucify only worked in Melbourne. Can anyone verify that it was a great spectacle?
Yeah, I wish it didn't because that was fucking boring.
I was waiting for that.
Was that the
Tommy Lee's Crucify fucking drum coaster that goes up over the crowd and plays fucking techno while he hits the drums very slowly.
That's right. I think it went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole
It shattered
fucking concept was wrong.
No, it stopped though or something. He could,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. It's stuck.
You know, the whole thing in
The
the
Spinal
Wild Side
Tap moment.
video where he's in the cage and that's spinning, that was cool. Keep it as that. You don't need a
I saw
fucking
them do
slow
that.
roller coaster thing come out.
I saw them do that.
Yeah, that was off.
He had
the-
the
That
spinning
was cool
cage,
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I
ridiculous.
remember that.
That's funny here because Michael was also said getting Alice Cooper as a support act was funny because he blew them away. And Alice
He
Cooper,
did. He should have had a
was
bigger
on
set. Much
fire.
bigger.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
On the show.
quickly some reference tracks here. So for the for the reference tracks for the battle tonight, you got Metallica Creeping Death live, and you have Nightwish Storytime live. So those are both in the comments, also in the description box. So make sure you go and check those out whenever you're ready, willing, and able. But you have links to go and check out. What have we got here? Sorry, Kevin says Neil Peart did not need a roller coaster to be the greatest drummer ever. There we go. There's some love for Neil
Neither did
Peart.
Mike Portnoy. He was better.
Well done there.
No fucking way was Mike Portnoy better than Neil Peart.
No.
Yeah.
Zach says Public Enema #1. So there we go.
Yes, that's another
Johnny
one.
says the first drum cage was the best. He did get it good early. And Rowan says
Yeah.
they should have convinced Neil upside down for that last tour. So there we
What they did.
All right, let's do this one. The main event for this evening is a battle. We're doing King of the Riff live album edition. We've got the audience. We polled the audience for the top 10 live albums as voted by you out there. Then we tiered them out according to seeding by popularity, and then set up the battles from there. We've already done one battle. This is the second one. The first one was Priest live versus Slayer Decade of Aggression. That was last week. So this is the second one now, and Priest won that one last week. But this week it is Metallica Live Ship Binge Purge, which is the 8th seed released in 1993, versus Nightwish Showtime Storytime, the 9th seed released in 2013. So there's a bit of a gap between these two albums, but they are two ripping live albums as chosen by the audience out there. So we are going to go through and do the rounds on this one. So Conrad, I'm going to throw you in the deep end. You're going first. So which way are you voting on this one? Is it Metallica? Is it Nightwish? What are your thoughts?
I saw Nightwish several times in Wacken. I think that was taken at Wacken, wasn't it? This one?
Yes.
It's live from Wacken.
Yep. It was at Wacken.
I got to see that in 2015. They had it was stunning. It was incredible.
That was 2 years after this concert.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, and I saw them at Wembley Arena, and I think I've seen them at Wacken a few times.
I got them on
They're always
DVD.
brilliant. But I have to say, seeing Metallica on Injustice for All was phenomenal. It was brilliant. And it was 15, watching Metallica at Sydney at Gordon Pavilion, $36 a ticket.
Yeah.
I wish I still had that. Ticket. It was nothing fancy. It was like a green cardboard ripped in half, in half with, really basic. But I think it was either $32 or $36, either or. Nevertheless, so it's got to go for me to Binge and Purge, because that tour was stunning. That tour was and it was just so intense. Really intense. The atmosphere was just ecstatic. They were the heaviest band to ever come to Australia at that point. No one had come to Australia that was that heavy.
Hang on. Are you basing it off the albums that we listen to on Spotify, or your personal experience at concerts that you've gone to? Because it says Binge and Purge and Seattle '89 is part of the box set, but what we listened to was Mexico City '93.
Yes. I mean, I think, for me, it's definitely yes. I've really with. I remember when it came out I was working in a record store, and the boxes came in, and I was selling them when it first came out. So I was quite
this
fond of
motherfucker.
it, so
Yeah,
that's that one.
Oh wow!
One of those when it was VHS.
Yeah.
Is that DVD or VHS? That one.
VHS, man.
There you go.
Holy
nice.
shit.
The original.
The original.
Yeah, that one.
I will show you later.
That for me
That's
gets
cool.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll shut my ranting. Yes, the Binge and Purge.
Nice. All right, that's one down. Let's see who is going next on this one. It is Belle up next on this. So, Belle, which way are you leaning?
Well, I will just preface this review by saying that I like Metallica. And okay,
wow.
but,
This review comes with a warning.
Wow.
yes,
There's a but.
Disclaimer.
There's a but.
Trigger warning.
it might give me a little, but yeah, look, I do. I like Metallica. I have for a very, very long time. And back in my teen years, I would have put them up as my favourite band or one of my favourites. So, but album, it really drags for me.
Oh.
It just really fucking dragged. To be brutally honest, I was bored for a lot of it.
Wow.
To the point of being just irritated by how draggy it was for me and how bored I was. Yeah.
No, fair point.
And it wasn't that I've heard these songs, 100 times before, that the songs weren't the problem. I think what really made this drag for me was the fluff that was not just in between the songs, but in the songs as well. Like, I don't think we really needed an 18-minute version of Seek and Destroy. Even with the audience participation part within that song, I still think that it really needs to go for 18 minutes. It was just like, come on, can we just fucking get on with it?
If you paid the $500 to be in the snake pit and you get James to shove a microphone, I don't think you'd be complaining. That's the highlight of being in the pit.
Yeah, but how many people got that opportunity, including me, who's sitting there listening to it? Really not that many.
Well, back then they didn't really have a pit. It was just a.
There was the snake pit.
That was
when did that come in?
The fucking stage.
That was it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The stage was in the middle of the arena. The pit was in the middle of the stage.
Yeah.
Well, I saw them on the Cunning Stunts tour, which was the late.
Yeah, that was years after
that
this.
was later on. Yeah.
On this tour, the stage was in the middle of the arena. The pit was in the middle of the stage.
Yeah.
You had two drum kits. And there's a fucking bridge over the pit. And Lars would run from one to the other.
Well, because on the Cunning Stunts, he was playing drums on a drum, he would go down. And then obviously he'd run underneath it, get in, and then come up on the other drum, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, it was cool. It was cool. Like that. That's all cool. But all right, we're talking about this album.
Yeah, that's listening. That's not listening to it though. Yeah.
Yeah. 18 minutes worth of solos, I think, was just also just like, oh my fucking God. And 10 minutes of those was just the bass solo. Like, Jason is fun on stage. He's cool. He's fun to watch on stage. But I think at 10 minutes worth of not particularly mind-blowing bass solo just really drained me. It was a bit of a yawn fest. Yeah. And so I'm not a huge fan of the song that came on afterwards. I think it's Through the Never. Oh, it was a relief when a song that I don't particularly like came on after all that. So that says something for me. Also, we all know Lars isn't like the best drummer in the world, but I thought there were moments where his drumming was pretty sloppy, particularly on Master of Puppets and Whiplash. I just thought, it's just not, you could be, I don't know if he was drunk or something. I'm probably pissing off many Metallica fans right now, but you know what? I don't care. Right. I'm a fan, but this is my review of this album. Yeah. These are my thoughts on this album.
Stand your ground. Go for it.
Yeah. I wasn't impressed with those songs and his performance on them. Yeah, look, it was a chore to get through this, and I had to do it in chunks because I was just getting the shits with it.
Wow.
And I could only bring myself to do one listen this week. And I think after this, I'm going to have to put them down for a while. If I need a nostalgia hit, I'm going to go to Megadeth, Guns N' Roses, Skid Row, Dio, something like that. It's just kind of put me off them a little bit, actually.
Wow.
So hopefully that doesn't last. Yeah, but it is
good though. I like it. I like that you're getting this level of response out of it for you.
Yeah, it's just what came up when I was listening to this. Anyway.
Good.
On the in complete contrast, every second of Nightwish's album, I was completely gripped.
Wow.
So yeah, and I've heard this album quite a few times. My first experience of this concert was, and it was actually Dave that said, "You've got to watch Floor singing Ghost Love Score at this concert," and I guess he sent me the YouTube clip, and yeah, I was completely won over by her at that point in time, and so yeah, after one song, I got it with her.
Yep.
So yeah, and then I went on to sort of watch the whole thing. So you've got her; she's incredible, and then there's Floor and Marco singing together. Two of the best singers in metal, past and present, on stage together, which that was just absolute magic. Marco, he just makes me laugh with his silly comments throughout whenever I hear them. But then on the flip side, listening to this album, yes, I was laughing, but it's also brought me to tears more than once.
Wow.
There's a little Nightwish pun in there for anyone who gets it.
I want my tears back.
No, that wasn't it, but thank you. There's double pun in there. This album has brought me to tears more than once. Anyway, I went
once, yes.
Nightwish's music is beauty and aggression combined, and that's just the bare bones description. There has never been a band that's moved me more emotionally than Nightwish. From pure joy, rocking out to their heavy riffs, to my heartstrings being pulled apart by lyrics and melodies.
Okay.
Their songs, and with them, my emotions are heightened tenfold when I hear and see them performed live. And in this case, at one of the biggest festivals there is. The overall performance is nothing short of mind-blowing, but there are so many moments in this concert footage that I love as well, such as Empu's on-stage antics, the intensity on Thomas's face when he's playing, plus his keyboard moshing is legendary. The way Yuka gets into his drumming with his entire body. And every single thing that Floor does is enchanting. If anyone decided to sit down with me and watch this concert, they would regret it within a few minutes, because I would be pointing at the screen constantly saying things like, "Oh my God, I love that little dance she does," or "I love the way she sings that bit," and just the whole way through. So when I watch this performance as well, I also love seeing the crowd footage, because the fans, they just are. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of people who were, especially the ones up the front. They just are getting into it. They're singing along. They're going off. They're there to see their favorite band. It's awesome. I know I've spoken a lot about the visuals of this, but I love listening just as much. And I can give the music my full attention when I do. And really, Nightwish is just like, that's just what they're about. It's just listening to them. They're great to watch, but it's about the music. So I would like to go on record and say that this album officially overtaken my lifelong favorite live album, which happens to be in this top 10, and we'll get to it eventually. But I cannot fault it. It's a 10 out of 10. Absolutely, for me.
Nice.
So it wins over Metallica, obviously.
Wow. Well done.
Good job, Bill.
Yeah, well done. I like that. That was a good one. We're one apiece. Now, this is going to be interesting, because Dave, you're up next.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Can I just do what I did last week and do a one-word review and just
no. You're not going to do that. No chance.
Nightwish versus Metallica.
Yeah.
Versus Nightwish.
Yep.
It's on there, Metallica. If you watch the show, you know my thoughts on both of these bands. Could there be a harder matchup for me? Two of my favorites.
This is right up there for you.
This is really interesting because I never thought I'd actually get to do this. And I've spoken to a few people about this. These two bands have had a very, very similar career to the point where it's actually kind of fucking creepy. Indulge me for a second. Okay. Humble beginnings. Note the color scheme. Refining their sound and knowing who they are.
Cool, guys. I gotta take this.
All good,
Okay.
Conrad. All good.
Coming back.
Continuing on with what they did with that.
Wow.
Okay, you with me? I
Yeah.
don't have the EP. This is the back of Garage Days we visited. An EP introduced a new bass player.
Wow.
Change your style, more intricate songwriting.
Wow.
Not done yet. Massive fucking breakthrough.
This is good.
Change the style again, which divide fans.
Wow.
Following on from that,
Yeah.
how fucking weird is that?
That's
I think
good.
the CD just fell out. Okay, I'll move on. But holy shit, how fucking creepy is that?
That's
Very
good,
strange.
man. Well done.
Well
That's cool.
observed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
now Metallica, lifetime band for me. That whole birth school Metallica death, that was like, that came out, that was like 93. And that was just, I get it then, and I still fucking live it there. Possibly a more important band for me than Guns N' Roses, because Metallica were always there. Guns N' Roses disappeared for a long time. Metallica continued to grow and release albums, and as they've grown, so have I. I'm biased as hell, and I have no shame. I fucking love this band. I honestly don't think there's a single song from this band that I don't like. So this live album from the Black Album was huge, and rightfully so. It's a fucking amazing album. 10 years of hard work from the band, and the tour went for almost 2 years. They were the top of the fucking world. They were kings. From September 28th of 1991 to July 4th, 1993, they played 295 shows at roughly 2.5 to 3 hours every night. This is a great fucking document of a live Metallica show at the time. Songs from the first 5 albums, jamming in between songs, extended solos, working the crowd, dicking around with arrangements of the songs. That's what made a Metallica show exciting. This band was on fire. James was literally on fire the previous year when the fucking stage exploded. And they're obviously having fun with what they do.
In Montreal.
And you got all the things documented here from what's expected with a Metallica concert. Creeping Death with the whole die chants. That's just one of the many things. Stopping the songs suddenly, like doing that Creeping Death riff, and they stop. Get that fucking crowd going. You're not going to let those motherfuckers go to sleep. Everybody's in the palm of your fucking hands. And the addition of Jason on vocals for Whiplash and Creeping Death, it gave James a break, but also you had this amazing talent, this amazing personality on stage.
Extra venom.
That fucking bite that he has in all those songs. But then, throughout, I know Bell didn't like, I will agree with Bell to the point that I haven't actually listened to the whole album all the way through in a very long time. That 18 minutes of solos, I would probably skip in just normal listens. It's one of those listen to it once and move on, but it does document the whole thing. And it's actually a compilation of the 5 nights that they played in Mexico City. How many fucking bands play 5 nights in the same city, night after night? It's pretty fucking impressive. A little side note, they met Rob DiGiulio during that concert for the first time ever. So he's now in the band, which is kind of cool. But just how they fuck around with the classic rock riffs like Smoke on the Water and Dazed and Confused and Third Stone from the Sun, keeping Hendrix and Zeppelin and fucking Deep Purple, keeping that all alive because it's all one musical family that we just have to. If you don't reference the classics, they will fucking die. And this is the bands that influence you. I got this beast of a motherfucker on my 14th birthday.
Wow.
I was a pissed off little fucking cunt.
I bet you were happy that
Metallica
day at
was
least.
like,
Fuck.
yeah. Metallica was everything. And 9 hours, fucking hours of Metallica. You got this. 3 CDs worth. You get San Diego. This video goes for 3 hours and 10 minutes, divided 95 minutes on each one, including a 20-minute movie before they go on stage where they're actually talking to the audience. And then you get this legendary fucking show, which is what Conrad mentioned, Seattle '89.
Yeah.
This band was on fucking fire. You also get this little stencil, which I had on the back of my school diary.
Yeah.
And I was so tempted to vandalize the school with it, but I thought it'd be too fucking obvious because it's on my diary, so I didn't.
You're not getting away with that one. Good to have you back,
And this
Conrad.
glorious little book. So, okay, pull that shit aside.
How much was it when you bought it?
I think it was about $150. 3 VHS tapes. You get 3 concerts, but yeah, but
was that brand new or when it came out?
That was brand new. I got it for my 14th birthday, February '94. I remember that day very well.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, but
okay. Yeah, because in the UK it was £100. It was £100 in the UK. I remember that.
Yeah, and it could have been closer to 199, but yeah, somewhere between 150 and 199, somewhere like that in like '94.
Yeah,
but yeah. So I'm 14. Metallica becomes an obsession in my life. It's not just I love music; it's a fucking obsession. And this is the time when people who hated metal, who would give me shit for having long hair, call me a fucking hippie faggot or whatever they wanted to do it. It's like, hey, I like Metallica. Fuck you. You're a cunt. Fuck you. I must have heard this album 100 times. So much so, listening back to this Monday night when I'm cooking dinner, every time Jason or James say "fuck yeah" or screams, I'm right along with them. I know every little intricate little part of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I have fucking heaps of Metallica bootlegs. This is like one of the standout ones.
Yep.
Where'd I go? Little things like the Justice medley. If anyone is interested, the reason that came about is because playing the Justice for All on the previous tour, they saw people yawning in the crowd, and they're like, "We're never playing this song again." So they put all those together. That's the same reason why Master of Puppets is cut down to 3.5 minutes.
Yeah,
because apparently long songs are boring. Thankfully, on the Death Magnetic tour, 5 or however long, they resurrected all these old songs, and people's attention spans were much better. That's a fucking amazing tour.
Yeah.
Bootlegs. Lots of them. Lots of them. But those set lists, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because they would play the first opening same 2 songs, and then they would play something from Ride the Lightning. And they would mix it up every fucking night. And then it was amazing. Like they played Dyer's Eve, and they played Frayed Ends of Sanity, all this shit they hadn't played in a long time.
I've entered that contest.
Oh wow!
What contest?
That competition online. There's a competition online to go see them in Seattle. Yeah, I've entered that competition. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Cool.
Right. Almost done Metallica. Almost done Metallica. I would love some of those early '80s Norwegian traditional black metal bands to get this popular. Then they would have to play their crappy songs every night for 3 hours and say, "Why the fuck can't we play a different note?" Unfortunately, no. You have to suffer your fucking crap. But yeah, Metallica were kings of the world. Yep. Oh, you mentioned that. Okay, moving on to Nightwish. And then there's Nightwish. The band, when the first time I heard this band, this is the band I've been waiting for my whole life. They would probably be equal first to Guns N' Roses these days. Listening to this band, reading lyrics, and letting the music bring images to my mind and thoughts to my mind. It's so inspiring. It makes me want to be a better human. I come away from listening to their music with thoughts and ideas, and originally when I first heard Once, it's like, holy shit, somebody else thinks the way I do. They see the bigger picture. There is more to life than what you get in day to day. There is things to ponder. There is history. There is future. There is the universe. There is the smallest, tiny, intricate little part of human interaction. It's all there. And they're fun. They can be heartbreaking. They can be joyous. And they cover every fucking human emotion within one single song sometimes. The energy is infectious. The joy of life is infectious. And it still takes you to dark places. Very, very dark places at times. The set list of this show is awesome. There are songs mostly songs from the Marco era of the band, with the one surprise edition of She Is My Sin from the Wishmaster album, which was awesome to hear Floor on vocals. Pretty much, how do you improve on perfection? Add the Floor Jansen factor, because fuck, she makes perfection even better. Yeah, they actually released a compilation of earlier stuff a few years after this, and they toured that. So you get to hear Floor doing a lot of really old Nightwish songs on a tour a few years after this, which was fucking cool. Wacken, August 3rd, 2013. Floor's been in the band just over 8 months.
Yeah.
They're on their third singer, on their 7th album, the most successful album to date, and they changed their singer halfway through that tour, and they got bigger and better and more popular. No band's ever done that. And now you're headlining Wacken. There's simple changes and modifications that they've done to these songs, like Floor just harmonizing or vocalizing as the band's playing in the background of all these. I know these songs so familiar on the album that they come from, and just hearing what she's added to it, it just makes perfection even better. Whole new wonderful dynamics of these songs. And you have Marco's embellishments and his little bits of humor in the delivery. And just sometimes he'll do like, I can't even copy it, but he's just got this amazing, obviously having fun, but I can't put the fucking words to it.
Yeah,
Whereas like, he's just bringing out this suave humor, which is like, it's just fucking cool.
Nice.
But, I got a drink. I'm only gonna get to do this once. So where the fuck is? Once. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, Ablaze. Okay, so I got watching this. I can't remember if it's included in the actual audio version, but just little stuff before. For some reason, he just proclaims, "I like sausages." And he's got the German sausages.
Yeah, no, it was before Romanticide.
Romanticide, yeah.
Yes, because they're talking about anniversaries, and it was mine yesterday. I'm just like, I shouldn't be laughing at this. This is fucking cool. Right. Yeah. Okay. Stick to the script here. Last 3 songs. Could there be a more amazing fucking ending to a concert than Ghost Love Score? We have spoken about this when we did once last year. That song in itself is amazing. I think we all agree that Floor's version is way better than Taja's, even though that was amazing. As Belle mentioned, the interaction between the audience and the crowd, audience and the band, they were just fucking joined, and everyone in the front row is on. Floor just made these lyrics her own. And then once that song's done, you get Song on Myself, which I love Imaginarium. I love that movie. And Last Ride of the Day, there's a little spoiler in the video on the back. If you haven't seen the movie, the spoiler comes up. I just noticed. And my God, I need to watch the Imaginarium movie again. Yeah. So conclusion, Mexico City, Metallica. Is this a great Metallica show? Absolutely. Is it the best Metallica show? Fuck no. It's not even the best show in the Binge and Purge box. I actually prefer the San Diego concert from that year. And obviously, the Seattle '89 is much, much better. But to me, that's a compilation. You get the 5 nights all put into one. Nightwish at Wacken is a complete show. An amazing show that shows the band firing on all cylinders, and the audience is totally into what the band is doing on stage, which is what it should be. Band, audience, connection. If you haven't got the DVD, watch it on YouTube. It's all there. I saw Nightwish on this tour 7 months before this show, January 14th at the Palace Theatre in Melbourne. Very different venue to Wacken. Yes.
Wow.
Floor had been with the band for less than a month. As far as concerts go, the Wacken show isn't just a holy shit, we're headlining this massive, famous festival. This is what the band fucking does. Whether they're playing a small venue or a massive arena or whatever. This is Nightwish. This is what they fucking do. No band can touch this fucking band live. Nightwish, obviously, for the win.
I remember seeing them in the Corner Hotel with Taja.
Fuck. Wow.
They played the Corner Hotel with Taja. And they fired her about a month later because she slagged off Australia.
Yeah.
She slagged off Australia.
You know what? That's I didn't know of the band when they played that gig, but after that is when I became aware of them, because I used to work at Big W at Southland. Every fucking metalhead I saw walking through Southland had a Nightwish t-shirt. I'm like, what is this band?
Wow.
That show at the Corner Hotel was fucking legendary because Southland is not anywhere near the city. And everyone's wearing these Nightwish t-shirts. I'm like, what is this band? I have to find out what this is.
Wow.
So that's a fucking impact right there.
There you go. All right.
I'm done.
Cool. Well, it's two
Oh,
one
so
awesome.
Metallica. Metallica
Awesome,
are
Dave.
trailing at the moment. Well done, Dave. We're getting some good ones in tonight. Jeff, you're going to go last. I'm going to go next, just to set the tone here. But this is interesting. It's kind of so far sort of mirroring what the audience did, but we'll get to that later on. Look, I know that one's a pure one-off show. The other album
I got some vinyl too.
Oh, here we go. Anyway, look, I know that if technically speaking, one album is one show from beginning to end. The other one is a compilation of a few nights, but blending in a few nights is nothing new. And I've got to give credit to both albums where when you listen to them or whatever else have you, they both feel like complete live shows. Like, I know that one is blended, but when they blend it and do it well and it makes you feel like you're at the show, that's kind of the point of the live album for me. You feel like you're getting the live experience. So that's what I'm talking about. I criticized that last time around with the Slayer album in particular. I thought they pulled you out of the experience too often. In this case, both albums, I'm in from beginning to end. I'm immersed and not for a minute am I losing concentration on either album at all. They both sound great. They're both really well performed. They're both sound well mixed. The audience interaction from both is fantastic as well. It in its own way, it's remarkable that these albums were the 8th and 9th seed in popularity in this one because they are genuinely hard to split. This is not an easy task this week at all, I don't think.
No.
In terms of, putting album head to head on their merits, this is really tough. I think they've aged. They're both from different eras, like 2013 versus 93, whatever it is, and they're both very different eras, very different albums, but they've both aged fittingly as the years have gone on. They've both aged well, and I think what was cool about this is that in this experience going through it, listening to the Nightwish album, I have not listened to this album in full before this process. That's the first time going through it, and it's funny that this shows how much Dave has been an influence on me over the years because I knew the whole fucking thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Dude, even there's only 2 albums you haven't heard.
I know, and that's the I know where we're at now in that context. But just knowing where I was in the beginning of my journey with Nightwish versus where I am today, it's just such a
I'm persistent, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
I'm fucking irritated.
It's all good. But that said, on the flip side of that argument, Metallica are a foundation band for me, like they are for so many others out there as well. So of course I know that stuff incredibly well. I've seen that band like 3 or 4 times too. In the end, both of these albums from beginning to end were both utter joys to take in. I couldn't fault them. I enjoyed every minute of it. I know that Bell is going on about the
Conrad, sit still. Fuck.
Yeah, I've muted his mic. It's all good. But I know that Bell went on about the solos and that, but I enjoyed those interludes, and I liked how James was able to bring the audience in and make sure they were awake and all that kind of stuff. And that was a thing. That's a thing they've carried on through the years. They still do today. Are you alive? How does it feel to be alive? All that kind of stuff. They always have that sort of catch cry with the audience. Yeah, that kind of stuff. So both of these albums in their entirety for different reasons were utter joys to go into, and I'll happily go back and listen to any and all these. Like, it was funny because I had to stop myself listening to them because I had other things to listen to this week. And it's like, fuck, I've got to stop listening to these albums because they're just fun. I enjoyed this one. Out of the live album series, like we're only at the second round in, this might be hard to beat just in terms of listening to 2 albums back to back that I've enjoyed as much as I have. This is going to be hard to top. Now, where last week, it was pretty clear and easy to find a winner because of just the way it was, constructed and that kind of stuff, where one album was, for me, much more of a live album than the other one. This was much, much tougher, like I said before. One was certainly cleaner, more modern, and had slicker production, that kind of stuff. The other one was just really visceral, when it came to what you're getting out of the 2 albums. It's going to come down to what you want to listen to ultimately at the end of the day, and that's why both are fantastic. You have to pick a winner in this process. The audience don't, but we do. But this was one of those ones where you have to then go on and deliberately nitpick and which I hate doing it because it sucks the joy out of it. But at the same time, you have to find a way to split the two. And I understand, like, both of these albums were incredibly important. It was Metallica's first live album, and it was the first time they had performed in Mexico, for example, in this context. Nightwish, this is the first time they documented a Floor performing with the band, and they haven't even done a studio album yet. So she is still on the road from where she picked up from before. So these are both really important albums at this point in each band's career. Dave's doing show and tell behind the scenes there. Look, where one band, it's funny how this comes down to taste, because where Belle, for example, mentioned that she didn't enjoy the solo moments and that on the Metallica album, but both Dave and Belle have referenced the little quirky humor and that kind of stuff from Nightwish. For me, the Nightwish humor and dialogue didn't quite land as well as it did for you guys, and which for me, I have to find a hair to split, and that's where it's going to land for me. That to me just felt slightly clunky, whereas Metallica were a well-oiled machine and well and truly in their prime kind of a thing. So for me, by the slimmest of margins, it is going to go to Metallica, but I do want to make one point. Dude. I do want to make one point here, right? Because I've got to give a massive shout out to Floor Jansen and the way she's handled coming into the band at this time and how it's presented on this album, because she does this great job of being able to mimic the best parts of the previous vocalist's work, but also injecting her own flavor into things and making it all completely organic and fit. So I'm going to give a massive shout out to Floor Jansen and the band. They did a great job with this thing. But for me, one was a completely well-oiled, in-tune, firing on all 8 cylinders machine. The other one just had a couple of knocks. Nothing bad. But when you're doing like the drag strip, it only takes that half beat, and it was just that half beat off. So for me, Metallica get the win this week, which means we're tied. So Jeff,
can I quickly jump in with two things? I don't want to interrupt or anything, but Marco's left the band now. Floor is doing his parts.
Wow.
Yeah, as well as the other vocalist. He's like Planet Hell. She does his parts in that. Wow. So she covers fucking everything.
No, she's great.
This DVD also comes with a documentary. Please learn the set list in 48 hours.
Yeah.
When she joined the fucking band, she had 48 hours to learn, and then she just jumped in.
Yeah.
It also includes the first show, like Annette got taken to the hospital one day.
Yeah.
And she had like a fever and everything. By the time they knew she couldn't perform, the venue was full. So Troy Knockley and Thomas come out and say, look, we've got two options. Floor's sick. She's gone to the hospital. She's got a fever. You know what needs to happen. Alternatively, we have Camelot opening for us. We can get Alyssa, like Glitz, and Elise Reed. We can go backstage, give us an hour or two, and we'll see what we can do. And the audience is like, fuck yeah, let's do that. Yeah. So within an hour and a half, 2 hours, those two women learned the fucking set list as much as they could through iPods and just reading. And they went out and they did a fucking amazing show, and it's all there. Fuck, I know a point, but it's gone. Fucking alcohol.
All right. Well, that said, Jeff, final say falls to you, our good friend, again with the tiebreaker. So it's 2-2.
I can't watch.
Jeff, the floor is yours.
Okay. Let me just sit up here. All right. So we got this is epic. We got Metallica live shit, Binge and Purge, live in Mexico City, 1993, versus Nightwish Storytime or Showtime Storytime, live at Wacken 2013. So there's literally 20 years between these two concerts. So when you listen to either one of these things, you realize we're really getting stuck in. This is, as you mentioned, this is like a very these albums are so close. They're so concert-like. Like they feel like a concert, right? So the caliber of these two bands and the concerts that each one has made is absolutely incredible. Metallica know how to put on a show, and this live album really is kind of them in their peak era. You'd be hard pressed to find another band that does it better, and I consider myself lucky having seen them back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
When I saw what they were going up against Nightwish, I knew right away that Nightwish would be in deep shit. I did. It's almost not fair. So pitting any band against what is arguably considerably, the greatest rock and metal band of all time, and what they bring to the table, Metallica, it's almost a shoe-in for them. 26 songs. The list is extensive, and they don't really leave much out of their set list. So just about every song that you'd want to hear is here. Keep in mind, when this was recorded, they had only 5 albums to their name. And this concert delivers. Right from the opening moments, you get this iconic opening music, the Ecstasy of Gold from Ennio Morricone, the classic spaghetti westerns starring Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This show is a concert lover's dream, and it doesn't let up until the end. Now, I remember seeing an interview with Lars and James back in the day, and they were asked, why would they open up with what is arguably their biggest song, the song that brought them to the masses, really, Enter Sandman, made them a household name. Why would they open up a concert with that big song? Because most bands will close with their biggest song. Yeah. So they said the reason was because they'd actually kind of grown bored a little bit of the song by this point in their career, and they knew that if they opened with it, they could get the crowd pumped up, and they would actually be able to put all their focus into the song. Whereas if they closed with it, by then all their energy would have been spent, and they wouldn't have been able to give the energy the song it deserves. And so when you think about that light, it's actually a stroke of genius.
Jeff, can I jump in? Sorry, I know I'm a cunt, but in the Binge Purge box set, there's a book, and it comes with set list, and there's like set list A, set list B.
I know.
Set list B closes with bootleg, and a Sandman at the end, followed by So What. They used to open sometimes with Creeping Death. This one's actually cool because they played Disposable Heroes on this one, which was fucking rare.
I know. But I think it was when this, whatever it was, came out, and there was an interview, and someone said, "Hey, why are you opening up with this such great song?" And so they answered it. That was what it was. So you get the energy from the audience here in this concert. The energy is actually from the band. It's palpable. You can feel it. If you were there, there's no question. If you were at any concert like this, and I know I saw them in the late 90s, years later, I still remember it. I was at the one where the whole fucking thing starts falling down, and this is before the internet, really. So you're like, what the fuck is going on? Some guy running across the stage on fire. Yeah. But that was before people, you realize what it was. It was all the things that had happened to them, all the shit that had happened. James getting set on fire, running across the foot, all that stuff. When you go see it, you just don't forget it. I still remember it. So look, I'm not going to go into each song. These are all classics, and everyone knows them. Suffice to say that this feels like a concert. It's got that live feel to it. When you close your eyes, you can almost imagine yourself there, and that's not an easy thing to capture. Somehow they pull it off. This is amazing shit, literally. And sorry to borrow the term, but from beginning to end, it's amazing. Then you get Nightwish, Showtime, Storytime, live at Wacken in 2013. So when this show happened in 2013, Flora hadn't been in the band very long. And you wouldn't know it because she comes off like she owns the place, which is a very good thing to see and hear from a new singer in any band. It's simply not easy to do, but she fucking nailed it. This concert is not as long as Metallica's concert, not by a long shot. It clocks in at 16 songs, 95 minutes versus Metallica's 24 songs, 177 minutes. But what it lacks in length, it more than makes up for in quality. Sort of like my second life. But all kidding aside, make no mistake, Nightwish here is putting on a concert here to rival anyone. And while it may not be full of the same caliber of well-known songs as Metallica brings to the table, what is here is no less stunning in scope. And when I watch this, I can't quite articulate into words really how this live concert makes me feel. There's a feeling that sort of permeates the entire show. It's a feeling of awe and wonder. And I don't know if it's just because of a magical feeling that this concert exudes or because of my love for this band. But I would be really keen for someone out there who's not a fan of this band or doesn't know this band, how they react to this material. Okay. So if anyone out there is watching and hearing this, seeing this concert for the first time, I want to know about it. So mention it.
Jeff, you know the charismatic voice, the chick on YouTube? Yeah. Like she watches stuff fresh, and she's done a reaction analysis of Ghost Love Score. She's never seen it before, so that's about as genuine a reaction as you can get.
Yeah,
and she was
But that wasn't to Vakken. That was to the Buenos Aires performance
I
of
thought it was
Love.
Well, I'm not sure. But look, that's a good segue because my next part that I wrote, and then there is Ghost Love Score.
Okay.
This alone is worth the price of admission. This is an amazing song that somehow Floor makes it her own. And by far, this is the best version of the song that the band has ever played. Floor puts on a performance here that even she can't top. And that's saying something. And on the visual side, it's no wonder that this song, I did my research here, has been viewed on YouTube over 70 million times on YouTube alone. And then you got to factor in all the uploads from the same name, and then the further mention of all the 20 million views that this song has been seen in reaction videos.
Yeah.
So this is almost 100 million views for this song. One song, by far, making it the most played Nightwish song of all time. And for good reason. It's fucking stunning. This song gives me goosebumps. And there's a moment near the end of the song where Floor sings and holds this note and raises the hair in the back of my neck. And I can feel my fucking my hair going on right now, on my back right now. And it actually fills my eyes with tears. It's very emotional stuff. This is extremely
I saw that fucking live in the Palace Theatre, man.
Yeah. I haven't.
That's exactly what
I have yet to see them. But I'm so jealous. But look, if you're lucky enough to be watching this, by the accompanying DVD or Blu-ray of the concert of the same name, the one that Dave was holding up, you're actually in for a visually stunning feast. This concert is showing the power of music and what it can do. And for this reason, and for far too many reasons that I can't even think of to mention, or that I failed to mention, I'm going to give Nightwish, Showtime, Storytime my vote to move on to the next round.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
Stunner. It's a stunner.
Wow. There we go.
Happy.
I didn't know I was going to be the deciding vote, but hey, yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's cool.
It worked out to be drama at the end.
I know what you're talking about, Jeff. I know what you're talking about.
Look, that's it's gonna be.
We all focus on Ghost Love Score, but watching it last night and like the final closing of Last Ride of the Day, and the fucking fireworks going off in the band, the audience is like, we had this amazing show. We fucking know it, and just knowing that song in the context of the movie, and it's just like, yeah. I'm not done, motherfucker. I'm going to die, but I got one last thing I got to do, and I'm not done yet, motherfucker.
Oh, thanks for the spoiler, Dave. Cheers.
No, it's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It's just very much. It's what the whole movie's based on. That song. That's just the crescendo of this amazing fucking album, story, song, whatever you want to call it. But that's very much a part of what is happening. It's not a spoiler at all. It's what the movie's based on. But for fuck's sake, just watch it. Andrew, watch the fucking movie.
I will at some point when I get time.
No, not at some point. Dude, trust me. You will fucking get it.
I get it. I will. I know I will get it. Look, it's an interesting one because we've actually gone against the audience here, which is interesting. It's got to be something like that. We did because about 60% of the vote went to Metallica. About that mark. 60% of the vote went with. I think I'm right in that, Bell. It's about 60%
About that, yeah. I was actually expecting it to be a blowout, so I was very pleased it was not.
So it was about So Metallica won the audience vote, so we'll have to do a separate tree later on, Bell. So we'll need to keep an eye on those things when it comes to the polls coming in. But
so that means the audience goes up against Maiden, and we go up against Maiden with Nightwish.
Well, that's later on. That's much later on. Yeah, we're going to get through a few rounds first. So that's going to be interesting. But
this is going to be important.
It is going to be interesting. So
hang on, no, we've got Finn Lizzy coming up.
We do next week. So,
live and native.
So get ready, people. Strap yourselves in because Dave's going to go off again more next week. But so in the audience poll thing, they went
Please
with,
don't come down to Nightwish and Finn Lizzy.
well, we'll see what happens. But it was Metallica taking the audience vote. We've gone with Nightwish here, despite Conrad's and my best effort here. So it is a different tree. It is what it is. But that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun.
Yep.
Next week's battle, it is Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous going up against AC/DC If You Want Blood. So another epic battle to play next week. So these are not going to get any easier.
Fucking hell.
These are not going to get any easier. All right, let's do some
in
comments.
a row of young Dave versus old Dave.
Well, that's going to be interesting to find out. But let's do some comments before we go to the bin and get out of here tonight. So, Michael said, "What a battle! Listening to these two albums, awesome task. Loved it so much." So there we go. Yeah. Sparks said, "Public Enema for PM."
Thank you.
Kevin says, "I saw Metallica 2 times on the Damaged Justice tour. Once with Queensryche, another one once with the Cult." Oh. Great tour, Metallica, an easy pick.
Was an 80.
I'm with Conrad. The '89 tour was great. So there we go. Some more love for the Metallica side of things there.
That Seattle show, that was fucking perfect.
Yeah. Johnny says that Metallica box set was so expensive back in the day. It was a pretty penny indeed.
Present.
Brett, where is Darth Vader tonight? I don't know. Where's your lightsaber, Jeff?
I keep it hidden.
Here we go. Spark says, "Who does the best air guitar, lads and lady?" Not me. I'm not that animated in general. So
probably Dave, yeah.
Go with Dave. What we got here? So Kevin says, "I thought you were talking about the Seattle show. Seek and Destroy was only a little over 8 minutes on that one. Much better show." Yeah, that is true. Michael says, "Good review, Bell. Maybe you should have stood up, kicked your chair over at the end of Metallica." So
well, maybe next time. Luckily, they're
not Metallica and knocking over chairs. Check this shit out.
Yeah, here we go.
Fucking Metallica sock.
Oh my god. Michael says, "I listen to these to refrain from watching as they don't want to vision the color of it, and so it was a close one for me." Basher says, "Well said, Bell. I get the same emotions when listening to Nightwish, so more love there for it." Guru says Metallica. Michael says, "Dave, brilliance." Kevin says, "It's funny how Bill and Dave were totally different review of the Metallica show." Sorry, Bill, I agree with Dave on this one. So different reviews of the same show, which is interesting. But that's the whole point. We are just doing our own thing.
Yeah, we are who we are. We're just fucking honest.
And just being yourself. Paul, good to see you. Thanks for jumping in on this one. Paul says, "Had the original Binge and Purge on VHS, my first concert I went to in Adelaide, 93. Fucking that's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that with us. That is awesome." Sparksy says, "Dave, I want to hear your honest opinion on Aqua Dr. Jones." No, you don't.
What?
Dr. Jones. You know, Aqua, Barbie Girl.
I know Aqua. That Dr. Jones shit, that fucking horrified me throughout high school. I didn't know that was Aqua.
Yeah.
That's made it even worse.
There you go.
They were no one-hit wonders.
That Dr. Jones was the fucking worst thing I ever heard back in high school. My God. And then that Barbie Girl shit came along.
I don't think I know it. I don't know.
Fucking crap.
Happy Sparksy?
Absolute fucking crap.
Happy Sparksy? I'm going to move us along. Johnny says, "I've seen that corner show." Wow, that's another one that's at the corner show, which is one of the ones that's gone down in infamy. Nicole says, "Oh my God, I worked at McEwen's in Southland." Wow, that's going back in time.
McEwen's was Southland?
Wow. Yeah, wow. Adrian says, "Exactly, Andrew, Metallica in their prime." That's how I felt. But also, Metallica during this time was so huge. Exactly, Jeff. It's not fair. Oh wow. Yeah. Sparksy says, "Go listen to 28 Days, Jeff. Aussie punk rock band." Interesting choice of music to listen to there. We haven't done much 28 Days on the show. All right. Michael says, "Well done, Jeff. Either way, I was not disappointed." That's what it is there. Michael says, "Whole panel outstanding reviews, all different, 10 out of 10. Thank you for the kind words, Michael.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
We are rated 10 out of 10. Drink to us.
Yeah. Rowan says, "Trivia." I have no more trivia.
Here's a trivia question. On the Binge and Purge Mexico City CDs, which 3 songs back in the day could I not play on guitar? So put this motherfucker on and jam along with it. Which 3 songs could I not play?
There's no realistic answer to this one, so
no.
So yeah, I'm just being a cunt.
Yeah, you are. No idea. Asher says, "Oh my God, Lizzie versus AC/DC. Lizzie just for me." Well, wait till you hear up over the week. Sparksy, yes, I'm happy. There you go. You got the response you wanted. Jolie has gone, "Oh boy, Aqua again." Yeah, let's not.
No fucking Aqua.
what happened to the rest of Conrad's body? I don't know. Vinny, maybe you can tell us. Considering
Conrad's getting ahead.
It's in concrete.
Conrad's doing a weird Dave
and now he's
Ellison.
gone. On that note, the thing fell down. All right.
Sideways,
no,
Conrad.
not
What
this
the
again, I meant.
fuck?
Oh, there we go. All right. And he's
Oh, fucking hell.
He's gone.
okay. Looks like he's
Quick
on an
way.
iron lung. So wow, the dude that was last in iron lung just passed away the other day too. So there we go. As far as things go, this is getting remarkably.
Oh, shit.
Jolie, computer's having a brain fart. Well, that's all of us now at this point in time. It is that time of the night where we are collectively stupid, more stupid than usual anyway. It is getting late. We do have to get out of here. So on that note, while we hope for Conrad to come back in, here he is. His devices are now. He's changed his. Okay, I think he's going to his phone. But anyway, we'll get to that in a second. Adding Conrad back in because it is time now to go to the bin or a win. So we're going to change it up now again and go. Okay, is it a bin or a win? I'll go first. I'm going to go to a bin this week. My bin is two things. One is that there's just not enough hours. It's just too. I've got so much I want to do. So much. I know it's generic as fuck.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
generic.
every week. That'll be my bin every week. Sorry.
Never enough time.
There is so much I could do at the show, and just like, oh, for fuck's sake, I need more hours.
It's in life with everything. It's just.
I know it is, and everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's in the same boat, but it's just wow. It's just like, not enough hours. But also, my other bin is Caesar randomly deciding that he wants to destroy pillows, which he hasn't done for a long, long time.
Hail Caesar!
Giant dog fighting the
killer of pillows. Which is funny because when he gets in the bed, we call him pillow biter. So take that for what it's worth. Anyway,
he's a big boy.
He's a good boy indeed. All right, that's my bin or win. Jeff, how about you? What are you going with this week?
I'm gonna throw in the bin. Fucking idiot drivers. I've as I've got a new fucking car, right?
Yeah.
And so I was driving. I was turning left, going down the street. And this stupid cunt fucking goes out around me to get in front of me on a two-lane street. So he literally pulls out in front of me. I just slammed the fucking brakes on. He goes down the fucking road, and then I'm like, I'm cursing the cunt as he's going. What does he do? There's another car coming the other way. He goes into the roundabout, but he doesn't go around it. He just went fucking through. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
I always so wanted to fucking beat the shit out of that
To
car.
be fair, I've driven over a roundabout because I couldn't be
He didn't drive over it. He turned. So instead of going right, he fucking went around the front part of the roundabout.
So I went the wrong way through it, yeah.
So he went
I know what you mean. Oh,
Yeah.
my
Over a
God.
roundabout.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I just slammed the
What a
brakes on.
complete cockhead.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, this is my luck. I just get a car and I got to take it in and get it fucking fixed because some cunt. And I know that if he had hit me, he would have kept driving. He just
exactly. You won't get anything back out of that.
Yeah. So I'm like, idiot drivers in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
Wow. Fair play. All right. Dave, the floor is yours. Win or bin? What do you got?
I got bins. I got a lot of bins. I have a lot to get off my chest. First and foremost, anybody know what this is?
Can't see anything.
Your condom?
No. Dude, do you have condoms looking like that?
So mean.
Okay. This, Jeff should have picked it up, is the pin that goes on an acoustic guitar to keep your fucking strings in place.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They're not supposed to be in two places.
No, they're not.
Motherfucker broke. String broke, pulled the pin out, the fucking head came off. Thankfully, Manny's music shop came to the rescue, got a full pack of 6. $1.50.
Yep.
Really good fucking value. So, pain in the ass, but yeah. Okay, secondly, God, the universe, wrong place, wrong time, bad karma, whatever you're going to fucking call it. Just all that fucking cosmic shit that dominates your life and kills things and fucking just turns everything to shit in the fucking bin because life could be better without you. You fucking just, everything comes along at the wrong fucking time. The worst little thing. It's just like when you're down, you just get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
Leading into my next bin. I fucked up back in December. I was backing out of a car park and I hit another car and left my details and so on and so forth. 5 months later, I finally hear from this motherfucker through a lawyer. It's like, you fucking cunt. So you could have just contacted me 5 fucking months ago.
Yeah.
But now you've had your car fixed, you've had your car rental, and now you're fucking claiming all this shit. So I get this when I get home from work today. I didn't sleep well last night. I'm just like, fuck, I gotta deal with this shit. So I went up to the fucking insurance place, started the whole process of putting a claim in. But it's just a pain in the fucking ass. And shit, I did not need to fucking deal with at the moment. So fuck you.
I think 5 months is a bit rich, yeah.
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 Which leads me to my next part. I'm not much of a car person. Cars are good. They go. As long as it does its job, I'm happy. Not really one to obsess over cars, with the exception of one thing. Now, my boss let me his Mercedes a few months ago when my car was out of commission. I fucking love driving that convertible, motherfucker. But it's a Mercedes. Ever since I was 13, when I saw a horror sci-fi movie called The Hidden, I've had a thing for Ferraris. Not just Ferraris, but black Ferraris. I think they're fucking cool.
Yeah.
So when I left work today and I saw one parked out the front, a black convertible Ferrari, holy shit, you're just rubbing my fucking nose in it. So whoever parked out the front of my work, where the fuck did that come from? My God. If I didn't have to go pick my son up, I'd still be fucking drooling over this thing.
That reminds me of out of my car and into my dreams.
It's such a beautiful fucking car. Black Ferrari, man. And speaking of work, this is my last bin. We've recently, for just almost a year, we've been going through this whole GMP where we're going to get certified so we can export to different parts of the world. It's a long process, so they're going through every little thing. One of our waxes is called olive oil, and to call it olive oil, apparently you have to actually have a certain percentage of olive oil in the mix. So a tiny little bit of olive, like the stuff you cook with, is going to go into the product. For some reason, this other product that we have called champagne doesn't actually have to have champagne in it, which I'm criticizing because every other fucking week I would be ordering more bottles of champagne to put into this thing.
One for me, one for the mix. One for me,
exactly.
one for the mix.
So I'd be walking into the office saying, we need to order some more champagne. But Dave, you haven't made that wax last week. Yeah, I know, but I don't know what happened. We just have to order more of this shit. But no. What one is okay, one is not. We need more champagne. I think my boss should be buying me more drinks.
Yeah.
Like he did at the Christmas party last year. I'm done.
All right.
Makes sense.
Belle, follow that up if you can.
Oh, fuck, I can't.
You got to win, I think.
I don't have a win. I do have a bin. I didn't have either until just before the show, but my bin is bin juice because yesterday.
Can I get a royalty on that? Come on.
Oh, wow.
Bin juice in the bin. You know, when you tie up the bag in the kitchen bin
And
and
it
take
drips.
it out and you put it in the. And I didn't realize there was bin juice was, I don't know what the fuck it was, all the way to the outside. I'm like, that's fucking horrible.
It's such a kind of a cleanup too, because it's not just one space; it's the whole fucking floor.
So got the paper towel out. That was horrible. So I didn't even think of that until just before the show. We're talking about. I don't have a bin.
You know what we're talking about before it live. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just shit. So bin juice in the bin.
Rightio. As you do. All right, Conrad, bring us home. What are you putting in the bin or having a win this week?
I'm sorry, I'm bidding. I'm not winning this week. What was I going to say? Over here we have your job service providers, similar type of thing to job service providers. Not quite the same. It's a different system here. But anyway, get this. In this country, you're allowed one session to get your CV sorted. Yes, the government pays. The government pays for one session for an hour a year for you to get assistance with your CV, with your resume.
And that's
they only budget for one session for an hour a year, and that's your lot. It's terrible. Yeah. So they treat the unemployed here pretty badly. They treat the unemployed fucking awfully, and they're not helping them very much. Trying, they're not trying to help them very much. So that's the lack of support here for the unemployed here annoys me a lot. People don't realise how lucky they've got it in Australia. They've got no reason to bitch about anything really at all. So
we do.
People on the dole in Australia. People on the dole in Australia have got it very, very, very good indeed.
There are worse places to be than here. Yes, I will say that for sure.
There are a lot worse places for the unemployed, definitely. So yes. So yeah, they can go in the bin.
All right. There we go.
Yes.
We've done that for the week. Let's see what the audience have to say before we get out of here. Vinny says, Dave, horror movie recommendation. Abigail, you'll enjoy it.
I'm curious. I've seen the preview. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Little Girl's a Vampire. There's a few interesting horror movies coming out. Man.
It's King Diamond.
No, it's not.
Ban them all. Ban them all.
It's got nothing to do.
I think it's just a coincidence.
I think it's a coincidence, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It would be cool if it was. It would be so cool.
Oh, I actually hope they do that one day, but we'll see what
Yeah, they're going to do King Diamond adaptations. That
would be some cool ones. Nice one here from Adrian. Andrew, you're doing a great job with show and content. Thank you for the kind words. It's not just me.
I agree.
There's a lot of us here that are doing it. It's not just me, but thank you for the kind words. I do appreciate it. Sparksy, Dave Air Guitar to Aqua Dr. Jones would be mint. Just saying, good night, lads.
Hey, if you want to buy me a bottle of Jack Daniels, we'll see what happens, motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Brett says, I agree, Adrian. The show is awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad people are getting some fun out of this. Sparks is 110% Adrian. So there, we're getting some more love there. So thank you all for the kind words and support. Really do appreciate it. Guru says, Dave sells cosmetics. He sells wax or works in the wax.
I manufacture like wax that get hair off your legs and your pussy and so forth. I put smiles on faces and faces on places.
Yeah. That's why
you manufacture shaving wax.
Yes.
It's not shaving, it's waxing wax.
Yeah, you're waxing
wax.
Like use the wax to get the hair off. And we do like the lotions and the salt scrubs and all that shit as well. But yeah, wax is like the main thing. We export all over the world.
You do.
Yeah.
Vinny's going for you. Vinny says, my bin is I ran at the back of a dwarf's car the other day. He got out and said, I'm not happy, to which I replied, so which one are you? And that's how I started. Oh, Vinny. You can always lie, Vinny. Adrian's getting a chuckle for Bell. Conrad, the government sucks from Adrian. That is very true. Rowan says, coincidentally, Bin Juice was my nickname at school. What the hell? All right. Yes, Guru, King Diamond House here. Yes, he does indeed. Sparks, he says, Jeff, give me a bottle, please. From Guru. And Adrian says, send me some wax. Well, I'll let you two get in touch with each other.
You can come to the party me and Andrew are going to do.
You don't want to go to that party, Adrian.
Yes, you do. We're going to be Smurfs. We're going to be Smurfs.
No, we're really not. All right. On that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to the crew here as well. So thank you to Jeff and Dave beside on the screen, to Conrad and Bell on the bottom half of the screen. Thank you so much for jumping into this manic silliness for another week. We will do it again, same time, place, next week, as always. You can check us out on TV, 10:30 p.m. Saturday nights, Channel 31 in Melbourne, 10:30 p.m. Thursday nights, Channel 44 in Adelaide. Every week, new episodes. Details for us are in the description box. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Just follow us on your preferred platform. Tell your friends about us. Try and help us spread the word about this thing.
Hey, friends.
There is a free tier on Patreon just to sort of give yourself a taste. But yeah, even just a couple of bucks a month, which is where you get to vote on things like the Hot Rock playlist, what makes our songs of the week. That is just all that sort of stuff would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So anyone and everyone that can jump in there would help us to get a lot more done behind the scenes. But yeah, that'll about do us. Check out the bands, check out the music for yourselves. Hopefully you like the different sort of a format here tonight. It gets a little bit wild and willing as the night goes on, but we do have a lot of fun while we're doing it. So thank you all so much for your time, your company. It's great to see so many of you here tonight. Final comments here. Kuru's gone, can I come? Well, if you want to fly all the way over here to get some wax, then go for it. Rowan's given us the usual.
All waxing for all.
Guru's gone, peace. Nicole's gone, thanks all. Michael says, good night, excellent format and content. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the support. For those that needed it tonight, hopefully we cheered you up. We'll have some fun with you all at the same time and place.
Yeah.
I love
thinking of you all.
especially those of you doing it hard. It is tough times out there for many reasons, especially for those that have their stuff in the comments tonight. So wherever you can find your joy, find it, follow it. But we'll see you all again very, very soon. Until next time, on behalf of us all here, I'm Andrew. Thanks for watching. Until next week, you know what to do. Drink up.
Drink
up. I already did.
Uh-oh.
Rock up.
Rock.
We'll catch you soon.